Hello, everybody. Welcome and thanks for joining us this evening from Bob Shelton Stadium as the time to win is now, with the path of making it to the postseason on the line here in a late season matchup where the Bowie Bulldogs have traveled about 13 miles southbound, and more than likely for most of you, 16-26 to face off against the homesteading Johnson Jaguars. This game is powered by Robinson Creek Healthcare and Hospice right here along the Vype Live Network. My name is Dee Hansen, and soon to be joined by my broadcast partner, Steve Foster. The Bulldogs find themselves in a situation they have been in before at Bob Shelton Stadium, in a do-or-die situation with a trip to the playoffs on the line. Although there are still 3 games remaining for Bowie, their chances, aside from tonight, their chances of making the playoffs would take a major hit if they were not were able to come away with a W this evening. Bulldogs 2-4 overall, 2-2 in district play. Bowie coming off of their open week, so to speak, which could have helped take the sting away from experiencing their second 2-game losing streak of the season, a string perpetuated with a gut-wrenching loss at home to Austin High 2 weeks ago. If Bowie is able to win tonight, their chances of making the playoffs, as I said before, boosted on the strength of their and Johnson's remaining schedules. Bowie will take on a winless Aiken squad next week before rounding out their schedule against Lake Travis and Westlake, while Johnson plays host to Aikens, then Westlake to end their schedule. All this to say, in what could be probably an afterthought, considering, and also a considerable side note for head coach Jeff Abels, who is once again gunning for his 150th career victory. A great cherry on top of a Sunday that would be here this evening. The Johnson Jaguars 4-3, 3-2 in district play. They also played Austin High most recently last week. That at House Park on a Thursday night, and were able to come away with a victory in the fourth quarter nonetheless, holding on to a 20-19 win. The Jag D has had their issues, giving up more than 30 points per game this year. The offense is completely dependent on the run game, but they are very good at it, averaging over 270 yards on the ground per contest. Both teams know this game more or less decides who will make the playoffs in 2023 and who will have to wait it out until 2024. Coming up, we'll run through the starting lineups, get to the kickoff to tonight's contest as the Johnson Jaguars play host to the Bowie Bulldogs here under the Thursday night lights of Bob Shelton Stadium. You're listening to Bowie Bulldog Football, presented to you by Robinson Creek Healthcare and Hospice along the Vype Live Network.
Get your big check easily and quickly. The truth is, when handled well, an injury case is not easy and may take time. You shouldn't pick an attorney because of their gimmicks. You should pick an attorney because they have experience and resources to get you and your family the best outcome. A serious injury requires a serious attorney. At the Carlson Law Firm, we're not characters, we're attorneys with character.
CarlsonAttorneys.com. We care, we can help.
At Circle C Orthodontics, Dr. Fidel Del Toro and Dr. Jonathan Kimes love making beautiful, healthy smiles. Utilizing the latest advances in technology and techniques, the team at Circle C Ortho can help you look better and feel better too. Their practice philosophy focuses on patient-centered, personalized care. They take the time to get to know you as a person, not just a set of teeth or braces. Circle C Orthodontics, no referral needed, all insurance plans welcome, and affordable payment options available. More information at austin-braces.com, 512-394-0930.
Kiefer Sparks Agency is a locally owned boutique real estate brokerage owned by Jennifer Sparks and Natalie Kiefer. KSA provides the highest level of expertise and service by offering in-depth industry knowledge, extensive networks, and resources. Whether buying, selling, or investing in Austin real estate, Jen, Natalie, and the KSA team understand that each client's needs are unique. KSA strives to exceed expectations and will deliver unmatched professionalism and expert negotiation skills. They pride themselves on building strong relationships with their clients that last well beyond the transaction. Visit www.ksarealtors.com.
Back here at the venerable Bob Shelton Stadium in Buda, Texas, Dee Hansen joined by Steve Foster as we get set and ready to go for the 7th game of the season for the Bowie Bulldogs. And they are again on the road against the Johnson Jaguars, who have already completed 7 games. Bowie coming off of their open date. Johnson will have an open date after this game has concluded. Big one on the line, as it has seemingly been, as any team from Hayes takes on Bowie in the last few years and trying to make the postseason. 26-6A, loaded it at the very top with Westlake, Dripping Springs, and Lake Travis, all somewhat ranked at different levels in capacity in the Dave Campbell's rankings. Westlake number 4, Lake Travis number 11, Dripping Springs at number 22. So with all that said, many people feel like these last few games towards the end of the regular season are ones that a lot of these other teams in Johnson, Bowie, even Anderson are vying for that 4th and final playoff spot. And tonight it will be a run-heavy Jag squad that will look to try to dominate the offensive line, and a team in Bowie that enjoys that aspect of it from the defensive perspective. And so now let's delve into these starting lineups here along the Schlotzsky's pregame show. Jeff Abels, in his 22nd year as the head coach of Bowie, has 149 wins and 90 losses to his name. Darren Pittman is the defensive coordinator running that 3-3 stack. We'll have Garrett Gibson in the middle wearing number 62. He had a sack and a fumble recovery 2 weeks ago against Austin High. Leads the team in sacks with 6. On the ends will be Sean Doherty, wearing number 13, a junior, and also Jackson Lang, a sophomore, wears number 44. And also a great game against Austin High 2 weeks ago, 2 sacks and a tackle for a loss. Strong side linebacker, Reagan Cooper. He is definitely the straw that stirs the drink behind that initial line of scrimmage. Wears number 5. The junior leads the team in tackles with 58, forced fumbles with 2, and tackles for a loss with 7. We'll be joined by Nick Beavers, wears number 30, a senior. Michael Villarreal on weak side, wears number 11, a senior. And Bandit Noah Lear, wears number 12, a senior. The back end of the defense has left corner Cole James, leads the team in interceptions with 3, wears number 10, a senior. Matthew Martinez at the other side, wears number 4, a senior. Back behind you have Ryan Trueblood. He wears number 32, a junior. And Derek Neptune back in the lineup as well. Should definitely enter the game. The fray, wears number 2, a senior. And free safety is Braylon Thomas, wears number 8, senior. Had 12 tackles and a block against Austin High 2 weeks ago. The offense for the Bowie Bulldogs, orchestrated by Brandon Pittman in his 17th season as the OC, as the offense comes out on the field from right to left here tonight. Bowie out on the field from their inflatable. That's from south to north at Bob Shelton Stadium. We'll have Cruz Tello starting at quarterback, wears number 6, a junior. Tailback is Joe Delmark, wears number 22, a junior. Owen Ball, wears number 3, a junior. Carmine Eli, wears number 14, a senior. Rowan Wells, the sophomore, wears number 21. All your wideouts tight end is Owen Langdon, wears number 9, a junior. Left to right in the offensive line, Justice Trumpler, wears number 72, a senior. Left guard is Cedric Walls, wears number 61, a junior. In the middle, it's Clayton Meagle, wears number 58, a junior. Cole Beachy at right guard, wears number 70, a junior. And Kevin Trin is at right tackle, was number 66, a senior. This is an offense that's averaging just around 23 points per game and pretty even on the run-pass averages, but only 4 yards per carry. I'm sure the offense would like to see that get that much more marked and better improvement as the season and this game goes on. We'll get to the offensive defense here for the Jags in a moment. They are positioning for our national anthem. National anthem there, prepared by the Johnson Choir. The Jaguars come in under the head coach in his 4th season as the HC, and Stephen Hoffman. He has a 23-15 record. Head coach at Corsicana and Del Rio prior, and has over 100 wins to his credit as well coming into this contest. And Johnson, again, in their 5th season overall as a varsity program, so they've not been around nearly as long as Lehman and, of course, Hayes, who they share this facility with. The defense for the Jags, Keone Aikens in his 2nd season as the DC has an uneven 3-4 that I'll throw out there. And they'll have Jerome Call, watch out for him at defensive tackle, where's number 94. The senior has 7 sacks, leads the team in that category. Other tackle is Grayson Zuma, where's number 90, a junior. Nose tackle is Mike Acosta, where's number 14, a senior. Linebackers include Dre Gallego, where's number 58, a sophomore inside linebacker. Also Stone Dismukes, where's number 25, leads the team in tackles overall with 6'2", he's a senior. Outside you have Gavin Badger, where's number 7, and Charles Stewart with the number of 33. Tim Boyd will be all over the field, both offensive and defense, and special teams as well. Where's number 2, a junior. He has 2 interceptions on the year. And on the other side at left corner is Kason Priestley, where's number 3, a junior, has an INT as well. On the back end, you have strong safety Carlos Luant, where's number 5, a junior. He's second on the team in tackles with 58. And Matthew Arnett at free safety, where's number 31, a senior. The team gives up around 30 points per game on the year. The offense is orchestrated by Sam Carlin. His first year as the OC, has 6 seniors, 5 juniors to work with, and a power spread. See if you like to spread that offense out and then hand it off mainly and or carry the football. This is a team that's dominating on the run category. They average over 6 yards per carry, 271 yards on the ground, only 116 through the air. And they'll be more dependent on that in this game as well, as Carson McMullen, their starting quarterback, he's in a boot and also on a scooter, so to speak. He has that one leg up and coming around. It has to keep it elevated as well. The senior was a very good passer for him, only 7 touchdowns to 2 picks, but he was able to keep the defenses honest. He also averaged over 7 yards per carry. He is not going to be able to play in this game, so his backup Garrett Hall, the junior, will be in his stead. But you have to imagine that Cale Hartnott, or number 20, the junior, 5'10", 190, is going to get a lot of the carries. He leads the team in almost every other rushing category. And you also have Terrence Grant Jr. and Devin Blackwell to deal with on the running game. Your wideouts include DJ Hamilton, who's number 13, a senior. Colton Williams, for number 6, a senior. And Hudson Taylor is number 4, a senior. Right on the offensive line, Mason Stock, who's 75, Warren Irvin, Caleb Gomez, Thomas Gomez, and Evan Seal. Brian Forsberg, the tight end, was number 8, a senior, has 11 catches and 1 for a touchdown on the year. Now we have the coin toss midfield, and Johnson in their home blacks with the white letters numbers and gold trim in the black helmets. Almost kind of an Iowa Hawkeye look. Bowie won the coin toss, elected to receive. No, they're deferring. And Johnson will receive to our left, the north side of the end zone. And Bowie on defense to start things out as they shake hands and we're set and ready to go. In the biggest game of the year for both teams, knowing the ramifications this game will have, whoever ends up winning it or losing it for that matter, to make the playoffs. And there is wind, Steve. Now it's about, around 77 degrees, a beautiful night, slightly overcast, a little bit humid, about 50% humidity, 12 miles per hour out of the south, though, so Bowie does have the wind at their back. It's not gale force winds to speak of, but this is the first time that we've actually had the wind in somewhat play in a game so far this season.
Yeah, you're probably right. You can look at the goalpost and see the flags moving around, and hopefully that's only going to get affected by punts and possible PATs and field goals, but you're right. You can feel it, but I think a great night for football may not affect Johnson. As you mentioned,
Nope.
They run more than they pass.
So now Johnson will have Ethan Saez back deep to receive. Along with also Williams. And to kick it away for the Bowie Bulldogs. Daniel Magdaleno angling right-hand side. It's a very short kick, and I don't know who picked this up. Finally, it is Johnson on the far sideline around the 28, 29-yard line. Brings it upfield to near the 35-yard line. That was dangerously close to being recovered by the special teams for Bowie, but now excellent starting field position for Garrett Hall, the junior quarterback. Hall saunters up now and come back off of that as a shotgun formation with two receivers right-hand side. And he'll hand it off in a sweep, and there's a bit of a lane trying to make the edge of the 35, near side sideline, and then going out of bounds upfield for about maybe 4 yards. And that will be 2nd and 6 coming up here for Johnson. Hatnot, right-hand side of Hall, out of the shotgun, and Hatnot will get the carry, eludes one tackle, breaks it back upfield past the 40 to the 44, near the 45-yard line. And a yard shy of the first, and quickly the line of the Jags on a 3rd and very short, having to get the 45-yard line, and it's a quick run up the middle. And well enough for a first down by Hall. It gets past the 45 all the way up to about the 47, nearly 48-yard line for a first down.
Well, you haven't seen anything that you didn't preview, D. This is a running team, their strength, and they do average a lot per carry.
So Hatnot on the right-hand side will get the carry. Excuse me, left-hand side, he gets the carry, and now he'll be met and dropped for no gain on the play on the far side sideline. That will bring up a 2nd down and 10. As it looked like Garrett Gibson came in there and made an initial hit on him at least.
Well, Nick Beavers had a chance to really get him right there on the left side in the hole. But if you come a little high, that's what running backs want you to do. Tackle us high, we can shake that off.
Terrence Grant Jr., the sophomore, in there as well. He's one to watch out. He's in the right-hand side of the shotgun with 2 back set. Hatnot, nope, he doesn't get the carry. It's a carry by Hall, who knew he was going to be the starting quarterback all season long. He gets the carry down to the 45-yard line, shy of the first down marker by about 4 yards, 6-yard carry by Hall. So it's not as if the game plan changed at all, considering the starting quarterback for Johnson in McMullen is not starting. Doing what they would normally do during the course of the year. McMullen was averaging 7.4 yards per carry, all trying to do the same. Shift now right-hand side, and it's going to be a handoff and carry, and met and drop for no gain on the play. In fact, driven back is Hatnot. He'll lose maybe a yard of the play at the 46. They'll bring a 4th down and 5 for the Jags. They'll come out and show at least they're going to punt. Excellent starting play to fake it, Steve.
Well, absolutely, but I like the gang tackling that you saw. You saw 4 defenders make that play.
Yolan Cabello coming out to punt it away, averaging around 35 yards per punt. Here comes modest pressure. He knuckleballs this one, hits it around the 19-yard line, and not even close, but still out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Matthew Martinez, of course, had no chance on that one. It's a near side sideline, angled way away from him. And now it'll be 1st and 10, the Bowie offense out on the field. First things first, Steve, you got the defense to make a stop, even though a first down was rendered. The opposition got into your territory. Still, you forced to punt, and now you have your offense out on the field. Tello out of the shotgun. Delmark to his right, and he hands it off to him. Excuse me, it's Montabella who gets the carry. He gets the start. Gets to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And Johnson on the year, has had their troubles on defense, but on the interior wall, they've done a pretty good job this season. Tello again out of the shotgun. Matabella to his right-hand side. 2 receivers left to right. Ball in motion from left to right. Now you have Tripp's right-hand side. High snap back. Tello will range right-hand side designed, and he has yet to get rid of it, and now he's going to be in trouble and sacked all the way back at the 7-yard line.
Had a man wide open. Owen Langdon, number 9. You got to keep your eyes upfield. And 9 was wide open, came open early. If you could just get the ball, you're running to your dominant side, which is the right side of the ball. You had a big target downfield. You just got to look for those white jerseys.
Trey Gallo with the sack. Trips left-hand side, 1 right on a 3rd and 17 now for Bowie with 8 to go. Tello escapes the rush, lobs it deep down the near side sideline, and incomplete, but that could have well been caught. 3 against 3. Ball had a chance on that one as Kaysen Priestley had the coverage and right through the hands of Ball. He had to leap for it a little bit, Steve, but that was catchable.
Well, he slowed up a little bit too. I would have liked him to go a little farther and then come back for the ball. It's kind of like baseball playing.
Good ball by Tello.
Oh, it was a great ball by Tello.
Okay.
Coming near side, absolutely.
So another Polito punt coming in is back into his own end zone as field position continues to be an issue in this game, and a nice punt fielded at midfield, brought up pass to the 45 near the 42-yard line. Johnson with excellent starting field position on their second offensive series on that return, and now it'll be 1st and 10 for the Jags, who again will go back to the run and see what they can do. Second meeting between these two schools. Bowie won last year convincingly. Now we'll try to do the same here, at least get the victory, and run on a decision to keep it this time by Hall goes absolutely nowhere. He'll lose 3 yards in the play all the way back to the 43-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Well, there was some indecision in the fake, not just the exchange, but the fake, and the ball was out so the defenders could see it, and they recognized that it was going to be caught, and of course your man Gibson, 62, right up the middle with the tackle.
Clock runs, 7:10 left in the first quarter, played, no score. Back to pass, Hall tipped at the 40-yard line and incomplete. Reagan Cooper read that one very well. That brings up a 3rd and around 13 to go here for the Jags.
Well, great to jump in that passing lane. Reagan Cooper got some depth so he could see what was going on. Read the eyes of the quarterback because he wasn't covering the receiver. The receiver was in space in the zone, but when you have a linebacker that can get his hands up like that, almost with an interception.
Brian Forsberg, the intended receiver, trips right-hand side, 1 left-hand side for Hall. He'll range right. Here comes the blitz on a design screen. Hatton has it with space. He's at the 35, gets all the way up to the 32-yard line. He's shy of the first down by at least 3 yards, it looks like, at the 33. Excuse me. And now a 4th down decision time.
You're in no man's land.
Coach Hoffman.
Yeah, you're in no man's land, D. You picked up good yardage on a quarterback keeper on 3rd down.
Joe Margiotta, the junior place kicker, his long on the year is 36 yards. He's 4 for 4. Not going to kick a field goal, though, and going for it on a 4th and 3. Here's Hall, ranging right-hand side, has the blitz, throws it on the run, and it's caught at near the 26-yard line and inbounds as well. That will be enough for a 1st down. And again, the tight end, Brian Forsberg, makes the reception, his 12th of the year. That'll move the chains in an important moving of the chains here for the Jags in their second offensive series.
Well, here's the interesting thing. You've got a junior quarterback. He's right-handed. Run the blitz into him, not where you have to chase him down.
Hat not left-hand side of Hall, and Hall out of the shotgun. We'll hand it off. Hadnot breaks it back inside. Has some room. Gets to the 15. He's at the 10 before he's brought down from behind at the 9-yard line. First down and goal to go for the Jags.
Good run. Nice move. Nothing fancy. Just one cut and go.
Jags quickly to the line again. Not wasting any time. And Hall will get it right out of the snap. The quarterback. He'll get inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A matter of now wearing down the defense for the Jags as they will continue to pound the football.
Well, the at least interior defense of Bowie was ready for that and came swarming in from both sides. Really, I don't think much of a gain, if not stalemate.
Second down and goal to go now from the 9-yard line. Handoff goes right-hand side, finding the edge and going into the end zone from 9 yards out is Kale Hadnot for his 6th rushing score of the year. And the Jags strike first by virtue of really great starting field position, quite honestly, Steve, up 6-0.
Absolutely right. Short field. Started at the Bowie 41.
Extra point coming up here from Margiota. And he will boot this one through. He's perfect on the year with 5:09 left in the first quarter of play. The Johnson Jaguars have the advantage early at home against Bowie, 7-0. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Happy hour spot? Look no further than your neighborhood Waterloo Ice House. With 4 locations across Austin, we've been serving up cold drinks and made-from-scratch food for locals, newcomers, and families alike since 1976. Get a taste of original Austin with great food and good vibes. With our patios, playscapes, big screens, daily specials, breakfast all day, and more, we've got something for everyone. See locations, menus, and more at WaterlooIcehouse.com. Waterloo Ice House, where neighbors become friends.
If you didn't know already, Schlotzsky's at 5601 Brody Lane should be your catering go-to. With a menu filled with delicious catering options, Schlotzsky's has all the bases covered. With a delicious lineup of sandwiches, soups, salads, pizzas, desserts, and more, we've got just what you need to make any party or event great. Just visit our site, choose from the menu, and schedule delivery. Your order will arrive fresh, on time, and ready to be devoured. Schlotzsky's, it's a mouthful.
The name of the game here for the Johnson Jaguars as they run roughshod in that last offensive series and go into the end zone from 9 yards out. Hadnot with the score. Go up 7-0. Early stages of the first quarter of play. 5:09 left here at Bob Shelton Stadium. D. Hanson joined by Steve Foster along the Vype Live Network. One of 2 Thursday night games going on in 26-6A. Austin High visiting the Aikens Eagles over at Berger. And then in more, I think, interesting slate, at least aside from the Aikens-Austin High game, coming on Friday with Anderson visiting Lake Travis and Westlake playing host to Dripping Springs tomorrow night. But as far as the playoffs go, it doesn't get much bigger or more important than this one tonight between Johnson and Bowie. And both teams needing a victory here tonight to have a really good inside track to making the postseason. And the Johnson Jags have the initial advantage, and a line drive kick. It's fielded at the 35-yard line and up to the 40, past the 45, near midfield at the 46-yard on the return by Owen Ball. Makes it 1st and 10 for the white-clad Bowie Bulldogs in their second offensive series. The last one went backwards more than forwards, Steve, and had to punt it away, looking for a better chance and opportunity here to get closer to that end zone to tie things up.
I agree with you, D. Got to get something going on offense.
Tello out of the shotgun, and Matabella to his right as trips right-hand side, one left. And Rowan Wells and a read keeper. Here's Tello, finds the edge. He's at the 40. Far side sideline 30 before he's brought out of bounds. And they're going to mark him out of bounds at the just shy of the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. And Diego Tello remains the leading rusher on this team. It averages around 3.7 yards per carry. he bolstered that in that last run.
Cruz Tello.
Was I saying Diego? I'm so sorry. It was bound to happen this season, right?
However, yes, the family Tello.
Excuse me. Okay, correction made. Keep on going if you want to make it.
Well, we're going to have first down.
Okay, 2 receivers left-hand side. Cruz Tello the shotgun. Matabella to his left. We'll keep it, then throw it left-hand side. Caught. Here's Carmine Eli. He has some space. Spin move. And trying to bring him down by his towel at the 21-yard line. Brought down finally, but not before forward progress gets him around a net of nearly 8 yards of the play. Second and short coming out for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, nice quick play. Get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Nice decision by Cruz Tello. Gets the ball almost into the red zone here. A great quick play on first down. Picks up a lot of yards.
Carlos Luan, the strong safety, tried to grab him by his towel. Ball in motion. Handoff goes to the inside. Matabella able to stay on his feet. The 15 before he's upended near the 10 on a valiant run of nearly 10 yards. First down and now goal to go for the Bowie Bulldogs, I believe, nose of the football right at the 10-yard line.
Well, that's the difference. When you tackle running backs high, we've seen it now from both defenses. It gives the rusher an opportunity to find balance and keep running.
Matabella has been the man to hand it off to out of the offense. Tello out of the shotgun as Matabella's to his left. And it will be a handoff to Matabella bowling his way, and he's about a yard shy of the goal line. 9-yard gain, second down and inches here for Bowie to try to knot things up.
Now, with Cruz Tello having an option, the smart play is to figure out if they bite and want to come down now on the running back, or Tello can go.
You got 2 left-hand side, Carmine Eli in the slot to the left, and Matabella now the up man with Delmark and at the running back. Here's Tello, tries to find an angle, loses the football. It's out and then recovered by Carmine Eli for the score. Touchdown, the Bulldogs. Not how they drew it up, but you know what? 6 is 6.
So that's a 1 yard. That's going to be a run. Number 14 off of that.
Right.
Now, Cruz Tello made the right decision, but he didn't get that 5 points of protection on the football. He's got to remember, around the goal line, as well as he runs, he still has to protect the football.
Here is the extra point. Jabi will kick it through, and now he is 16 of 19 on the season. Most importantly in this game, he knots things up at 7 with 3:07 left in the first quarter play. Bowie and Johnson roll on here from Bob Shelton Stadium. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Is a locally owned boutique real estate brokerage owned by Jennifer Sparks and Natalie Kiefer. KSA provides the highest level of expertise and service by offering in-depth industry knowledge, extensive networks, and resources. Whether buying, selling, or investing in Austin real estate, Jen, Natalie, and the KSA team understand that each client's needs are unique. KSA strives to exceed expectations and will deliver unmatched professionalism and expert negotiation skills. They pride themselves on building strong relationships with their clients that last well beyond the transaction. Visit www.ksarealtors.com.
Bowie set, ready to go to kick it away at their own 40-yard line, going right to left after knotting things up, an unconventional Tello losing the football near the goal line. Carmine Eli able to scoop it up and score. Bowie now will kick this out the back end of the end zone. Be 1st and 10 from their own 25 coming up shortly here for the Jags. So their third offensive series.
I actually did that as well. I actually lost the ball going in from the 1 and had one of my teammates fall on it for a touchdown. And the reason why it's a fond memory because my high school teammate, that happened actually in youth football, has passed away, Henry Altavero. So much love to him.
Yes.
But he recovered the ball. We got the points.
Well, nice homage to him. And Magdaleno has now taken over the kickoff duties, at least after scores. Here's a handoff for the Jags, left-hand side. And that stringing along the defense generally does not work through the course of the season. And that last carry here for the Jaguars, posted by DJ Hamilton, and he is usually trying to get the ball through the air. This time he gets the ball on the ground.
And that play D took too long to develop. It was going side to side, not north-south.
Hall out of the shotgun, has Hatnot to his left, and now we'll fling it out left-hand side for a completion. And it's now what had been a second and long, a much more manageable third and around 4 to go here.
Well, Bowie has to tighten up again on defense here on a critical down. Did a great job of leading a charge in the last series, which got them the football, and they marched down the field D after a punt.
Ethan Walker with the reception on the far side of the field. Third down. 2 receivers bunched on each side. Now back to passes. Hall. No pressure, and it will be complete at the 35, 40, near side sideline, 45 midfield. Again, it is Walker, 2 back-to-back receptions, but that last one for the senior goes all the way deep into Bowie territory at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10.
I like that play call because what it does is just bring a receiver across the middle, about at or past the sticks, and it's a nice, easy pitch and catch for quarterback and receiver. And as we mentioned, Garrett Hall, the junior signal caller, it's a great pitch and catch and a great run after the catch as well by Walker.
Brand new scoreboard here at Bob Shelton Stadium. Takes a little bit of getting used to as far as what the numbers are, Steve. You'll see what I mean here in a second if I show you. Here's a run left-hand side and nowhere to go. Brought down to Reagan Cooper in there. You have a couple other white jerseys all the way back at the 43-yard line. A loss of near 5 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and long.
Yeah, Jackson Lang, also number 44, coming from that right defensive edge, and no one was fooled as great penetration and then an excellent read from the second level by Cooper.
7-7, your score under 2 to go in the first quarter play between the Jags and Bulldogs. 2nd and 15. Here's Hall on the run now, and he'll be inbounds at the 40 and stays in at the 39-yard line. A smart play by Hall, as he will be able to get near the original line of scrimmage. He's shy by about 1.5 yards, 2 yards maybe. Brings up around a 3rd and 12 here for the Jags at the 37-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Well, this is what you want if you're Bowie. 3rd and long. But a great play call and execution by Johnson on the last series, or last set of downs.
Hall out of the shotgun has Hatnot to his right-hand side. We'll be back to pass looking left. Flags fly and whistles blow. That will more than likely mean it's a procedural call against the Jaguars. The first penalty of the game will be a huge one here, as Jags seemingly had regained a little bit of momentum with their score. Bowie went right back down the field and answered the call, and now the Jags get back into Bowie's area of the field, but now going backwards a lot more. The 5-yard penalty makes it 3rd and 16.
So here's what you have to do if you're defense. Don't play this soft. Play this as a normal down, D. Because if you give up 6, 7, 8, that's okay.
Trips left-hand side, and now Hall again back to pass, edge rush, those middle of the field, and it will be incomplete and batted down. Braylon Thomas in on the pass breakup, and he leads the team in that category. Pass intended for Brian Forsberg, who has been a big target here for Hall, along with also Ethan Walker, and that will bring up a punting situation for the Jags.
Yeah, and again, also, didn't give up anything by playing your normal defense, and that's why you had people in the right position to make that play.
Here's the punt from his own 45-yard line by Cabello. Cabello will get it away. Matthew Martinez will let it ride. In fact, he has no chance of returning this one, angled near side sideline out of bounds. Nobody had a play on that one.
I'll take
And
that. Even though you don't get the return.
Yep, the official will go all the way up to around the 22-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you'll take that because that's a normal starting position on the field. But you don't want to be backed up.
It is clear the punting situation for the Jags, they're not going to have give the Bowie Bulldogs any chance of returns.
Fair enough.
They're angling it big time. Tello out of the shotgun now, and he will keep it out of the zone read option. He'll go past the 25 near the 26-yard line for about 5 yards, 6 yards of the play, and Bowie will take that all day.
Yes. Again, I think the decision-making that we've seen over, first half of this season with Cruz Tello is improving every week, and it's going to make a difference.
About 15 seconds to go before the end of the first quarter. This should be the last play of the first quarter, and a little bit of an indecision on where to go with that football. Again, that's Brandon Thomas with the carry. Juice back in the fray. He doesn't find any room, though, and so they'll bring up a 3rd and 4. Time expires in the first quarter play. We will change sides as Bowie was going right to left. Now they'll go left to right, and we are back where we started, knotted up at least at 7 going into the second quarter of play here at Bob Shelton Stadium. Bowie and Johnson all knotted up. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Hey football fans, ready to tackle a winning smile? Dr. Brian St. Louis has been creating awesome smiles just down the street at Central Texas Orthodontics since 2008. Located a half-mile east of Bowie High School at 3413 West Slaughter Lane, his experienced team knows how important a confident smile is on and off the field. Dr. St. Louis offers the latest option in orthodontic technology, including Invisalign, allowing you to straighten your smile without getting sidelined. So, whether you're throwing touchdowns or cheering from the stands, let him help you score big with a winning smile. Book your appointment now with Dr. St. Louis at Central Texas Orthodontics and get a game-changing smile. Call or text at 512-292-1910. You can also find more information at ctorthodontics.com.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about. Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
Bowie Bulldogs back in business, starting out the second quarter play here along the Vype Live Network. D. Hanson joined by Steve Foster. Matt Lorenz, engineering on-site, producing as well. It's Bowie and Johnson with the chance of really getting a great inside track on the postseason and trying out now, starting out the second quarter of play. And a swing pass is fielded at around 25-yard line up to the 30 to the 31-yard line. And again, Thomas back in. Nice to see him. Brandon Thomas, who had been somewhat absent majority of the first half of this season based on injury alone. It's a big-time reception, but a yard shy of the first, Steve. Makes it 4th and very short. Bowie deep in their own territory, trying to win some field position here as the defense really did a good job last time out. Fielding Jacob Polito, the senior, averaging around 30.8 yards per punt, will kick it away. Deep to receive is Tim Boyd. Modest pressure, Polito gets it away, angles the right-hand side, knuckleballer hits at the 38-yard line, and then flying in and making the play at the 39 to keep that from going anywhere else. Special teams coming through, and now it'll be 1st and 10 for the Jags in their own territory for the first time, I believe, start out an offensive series.
Aiden Solis, and that was a great hustle because that ball could have bounced back towards the midfield, and as you mentioned, short of the 40-yard line here.
1st and 10 now, and Johnson will see if they know what to do here. It will be Hall handing off Hatnot, tries to find room in the middle, and he cannot. He will maybe lose a yard to the 38, and this has been something we've seen from this defense all year long for Bowie. I mean, minus Colin Rice, nonetheless.
Yeah,
but
Sean Doherty.
Jackson Lang made the stop on that one.
And Sean Doherty has, on the other side, you can't. There's no substitute for Colin Rice. However, you got to like what you see out of 13, Sean Doherty, who's been holding his own, playing that left edge there in the 3-3 defensive formation.
Second down on their own 38-yard line. It's now 2nd and 11. Going right to left, Johnson will hand it off, and now finding the edge is Hatnot. Near side sideline. He's brought down from behind, past the 40 to the 41-yard line. Cole Janes in on the mix. And that will bring up a 3rd and 8. So a modest gain again. This is just the Jags also running to set up the run. This is a chess match.
Right. And again, when you know that you have so much of a one-dimensional offense, you can play against their strength. But right now, you got to watch that crossing route again in that pass.
Nope. Forsberg out right inside. Walker have been big targets for Hall. Back to pass. And he'll go deep down the middle of the field, and it will be incomplete, in and out of the hands of a diving receiver at around the 20-yard line.
Williams.
And trying to, is Colton Williams, excuse me. And he comes up a little bit gimpy, holding his right wrist. I thought he had it there for a second.
He did, but he, and I got laughed at because people said, I said to him,
a lot.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
The most important part of the catch is at the end. You can grab it, put your hands on it, but you have to secure it all the way to the ground. And right there, a great effort, but not secure it all the way to the ground.
Bayo to punt from his own 30. The lefty goes right up the middle this time, and Martinez will give a little bit of chase on the far side sideline as it trickles down and touched up on the far side sideline near the 16-yard line. Is where Bowie will start 1st and 10. Gavin Badger, I've been wanting to say his name all evening long, will make the touch up there on special teams.
Do you understand what I mean by the end of the most important is the end. You can get your hands on it, you can do all that, but if you don't secure it in all the way to the ground, it doesn't count.
Excellent opportunity now. If you just look at the play-by-play script, Bowie gave up a score, but they have now stopped on consecutive defensive series, and the offense on the field for the second time in a row after for the first time after scoring, we'll have another opportunity maybe to build on that. And now a little bit more of Joe Delmark, the junior, getting the carry, and he finds some space and makes it 2nd down and around 4 to go. Those are the footballs at the 25.
Interestingly enough, and you mentioned that Johnson gives up 30 points a game, the running game now of Bowie coming into play, but you can't sleep on number 21, Rowan Wells.
Two receivers right-hand side, and the slot to the right is Carmine Eli, and a keeper by Tello goes up the middle, and that was a tough decision as Johnson had a good read on both of those, and a late flag comes in. Carmine Eli got taken down at the 39-yard line. When the call stays right now on the run, it's about 2 yards short of the 1st down marker, and that'll bring up a 3rd down, but we'll see what the flag is all about on the near side sideline. And again, Carmine Eli has got to keep his head in this game from the standpoint of this is where he had been going. Long decision time here for the crew. Chad McKenzie. Oh, they called it against Carmine Eli at the end of that play. And Coach Jeff Abels and none too happy about that, how that went down, as you had a pretty good back and forth on both sides of the aisle on that one. They got Carmine Eli at the back end of it, I guess. Officials tonight, Chad McKenzie. Your referee umpire is Bernard Teal. Head linesman is Brad Morrow. Line judge is Brian Burkhart. Back judge Joe Wise. And Steve, we've seen this crew a lot during the course of the year.
On and off the
field. This is a good crew.
It's a good crew.
3rd and around 16 here for Bowie, all the way back to their own 27-yard line on the 15-yard penalty. Here is Tello. Has time, steps up down middle of field, tosses it in, and tripped up, then falling down. Carmine Eli at the midfield area. I don't know if he just actually hit his own foot on that last play, and they'll bring up a 4th and 16. How big that penalty ended up being, not only on keeping that drive alive, but then pushing the offense all the way back where you have Polito punting from his own end zone once again.
Yeah, this really changes field position in a couple of ways. And just hate to see that. I know the competition is good on both sides.
Tim Boyd deep to receive, and it is a shanked punt. Got a hit off, and I've had some golf shots like that where it just hooks to the right-hand side and goes out of bounds around the 31-yard line of the Bulldogs. Barely a net of any kind. An excellent starting field position for Johnson. You know, Steve, you just look at starting field position in this game, you would have imagined and not seeing to be able to see the score that the Jacks would be up big. Right now it's tied at 7 with 8:33 to go in the first half.
Well, I tell you, right now, you got to bow up if you're Bowie. Got to at least give up maybe 3, if nothing at all.
The pistol handing off to Hatnot. He goes straight up the middle and ankle tackled. Garrett Gibson cleaned that up at the end of the play, but Wyatt Barnes made the initial hits to make the stop from linebacker. And the ball we spot on the near side hash going right to left at the 28-yard line of the Bulldogs brings up a 2nd and 7 for the Jacks. Clock runs, 8:05 left here in the first half. Again out of the pistol. Hall with Hatnot behind him. Hatnot again, the same play. Goes straight up the gut. This time Gibson is the one that wraps him up. Now we'll bring up a 2nd down. And around 5 to go. Sean Doherty cleaned that one up at the end.
Good penetration by the defensive line, and then the fill by the linebackers, the second level of the defense for Bowie.
What could those two plays set up, though, for the Jacks? They did the identical play right up the middle.
Well, play action and try to get that nice short pass. Remember, it's only 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 from the 25 of the Bulldogs. Johnson now will have Hall look right-hand side, now go deep down to the end zone, and it will be caught. Is it in the end zone? Yes! They will say it is 6 for the Jags. Able to corral that and keep it is Colton Williams, but now there's also a flag also
probably after
on the play, but I imagine that's going to be post-TD. Colton Williams, his first TD reception of the year.
Gosh,
and a brilliant catch. From 25 yards out. Waiting, I don't have an explanation yet from the official, do you? Here we go. Okay. So Colton Williams gets the celebration, so to speak, penalty, but that was a big-time play. Johnson going for broke, and they went straight to the end zone and got the 6 they needed.
It's a great play. Great pass, but even better effort to haul in that pass, and Williams didn't miss it this time.
Extra point coming up. It is up, and ooh, I don't know if that's good, and it is no good. It is pushed to the right, and with that, the Jags still, though, lead 13-7 with 7:14 left in the second quarter here from Bob Shelton Stadium. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Talk about sandwiches for a second, specifically the Schlotzsky's Original, the sandwich that since 1971 has been an American favorite. I'd like to talk about the original one-of-a-kind, made from scratch every morning, spongy, soft sourdough bun. I'd like to talk about the original's thick stack of select meats, hearty cheeses, crisp veggies, and signature sauce. Why do I want to talk about the original? Mostly because I'm hungry, and the Schlotzsky's Original is the most delicious sandwich I could think of.
Back and forth we go here from Bob Shelton Stadium. Dee Hanson joined by Steve Foster along the Vype Live Network. A very, very pleasant evening. Low 70s and a bit of a breeze coming from south to north. That's right to left here at Bob Shelton. And it's 7:14 left in the second quarter of play, where the Bowie Bulldogs are down by 6, 13-7, after a 25-yard pitching catch from Hall to Williams with the PAT just being pushed to the right-hand side. We'll have it Johnson kicking it away with the 6-point advantage at home.
Got to take advantage of this penalty.
Here is the penalty on top of that, and it's a short kick, fielded at around the 20-yard line, brought up field, and now Martinez with the flag on the play. There's tons of flags out on the play. Martinez skirting down the near side sideline. They're going to mark him out of bounds deep into Johnson territory, but I only skirted away from exactly where that ball was getting up, which is the 23-yard line of the Jags, because this will more than likely be a holding call on the return.
Yep.
And I know what you're going to say, Steve. It wasn't needed.
It was not needed. It was not needed. You don't have to go after your opponent just to go after your opponent. I know this is a collision sport, but right there, Matthew Martinez did everything he needed to do to really get his team in great field position. And on the gate, once the guy is even or past you, don't touch anything.
You know, we come in with a lot of narratives to try to see what we're going to find in a football game. Field position has been the biggest one in this first half thus far. And movement here, that should be a flag also. And free play, near side sideline, throwing out to Carmine Eli with an offsides penalty against Johnson. But you know what? I don't see anything. If anything else, it should be a neutral zone infraction, but that was not called. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
That one was a missed call.
I'm telling you, Bowie thought it was going to be one, and they just went for
and again,
the pass.
Even if it is, if the officiating crew doesn't call it, then it's not.
Trips left-hand side, one right-hand side, and Rowan Wells. High snap back. Tello is able to hold on to it. Now he will not be able to run because there's a flag. And that will be a procedural call against the Bulldogs.
So you find the movement on the offense, but you don't find the movement on the defense. That's why I say what I say on occasion, even with the good crew.
Rowan Wells, you can imagine he is going to have to come in and being a factor in this game at some point. He normally is whenever Bowie's made their offensive push. See if that ends up happening at some point. 2nd and 15 after the penalty.
He's got one-on-one coverage.
2 receivers left, one right-hand side. That is Wells in motion. Carmine Eli out of the backfield from right to left. Throw in the middle of the field. It's caught. And not much of anything on that play. Maybe 2 yards on the reception by Montabella.
Montabella is a screen to the far side. You have to let your blockers get out in front of you. Right there, Montabella. Sometimes it takes a little patience, young man.
It's a gain of 1, 3rd and 14 coming up here for the Bulldogs. Clock runs at 6:20. Down 13-7. of the play clock, plenty of time. Tello out of the shotgun, Montabella to his right, at Tripp's right-hand side. It's alongside the field. One left, and Rowan Wells. Back to pass is Tello. He lobs it, and it will be caught at the 45-yard line. Carmine Eli says that's a first down. They're marking him at the 43, but it doesn't matter. That moves the chains and a much-needed boost for this offense.
I tell you, that was a great pass by Cruz Tello. That ball was dropped over 2 defenders right into the hands of Carmine Eli.
He played into the theory you had in just letting the receiver come back to the ball, and that's what he allowed Carmine Eli to do. 4 wideouts, 2 split to each side, ball on the near side hash. Tello out of the shotgun. Play action, throw left-hand side. It is caught. This is going to be up by Langdon. Loses his helmet near the 40-yard line, but again, that will also move the chains, and the Bowie Bulldogs have something going through the air.
Well, again, you don't have to do anything fancy. I think this offense goes as Cruz Tello makes the decisions. His choices are going to be the difference for how many times Bowie can get into the end zone.
Owen Langdon with his 6th reception of the year for the junior. It's at 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line of the Jags. Here's a run. Far side, Montabella stays in bounds, and he will be out of bounds. So he was very close. I thought he might have been able to stay in, and they're going to mark this out of bounds at around the 23-yard line of the far side hash.
It's a great run.
And now you got the run going. That brings up a first down again.
Sizable back. Again, great decision by Cruz Tello. Let the rusher have it. And now this creates indecision by the defense of who's going to run the football.
Matabella leads the team in average per rush at 5.1. Here is another carry by Matabella, and he breaks it back in and out, able to stay in bounds past the 20, near the 15. Just out of bounds at the far sideline. I thought at the 16-yard line.
I think it's down to the 14, Buda.
Did they get it?
To the 14.
Okay. Yeah, it is the 14. Well, I mean, the guy bobbled the ball. I have two officials that are jockeying for position out there. They finally get it at the 14-yard line. You're right. Matabella does not get the carry. Tello does, and with the decision there, took a little bit more time than I'm sure that the offense wanted it to.
Well,
and he is brought down for a loss on the play by Charles Stewart, who leads the team in tackles for a loss with now 7.
Here's the deal. You've got a running back that's got momentum. He's busting through plays. There's no need. This is where you feed me if I'm the rusher. You got a guy with size, and you got a guy that's being running downhill.
This is 2-down territory. It's 3rd and 3 with under 4 to go from the 16 of the Jacks.
Looks like some indecision here.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion on offense. You might have to take a timeout. There's 3 on the play clock. 2 on the play clock, 1 on the play clock. I'd take a timeout.
There you go.
And you know what? Bowie took a timeout, which they should have. We'll take a timeout with them as well. 3:36 left here in the first half of play. Bowie inching closer to the door of maybe taking the lead in this game, down 13-7 though. 3rd and 3 at the 16 of the Johnson Jacks. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Hey, football fans, ready to tackle a winning smile? Dr. Brian St. Louis has been creating awesome smiles just down the street at Central Texas Orthodontics since 2008. Located a half-mile east of Bowie High School at 3413 West Slaughter Lane, his experienced team knows how important a confident smile is on and off the field. Dr. St. Louis offers the latest options in orthodontic technology, including Invisalign, allowing you to straighten your smile without getting sidelined. So, whether you're throwing touchdowns or cheering from the stands, let him help you score big with a winning smile. Book your appointment now with Dr. St. Louis at Central Texas Orthodontics and get a game-changing smile. Call or text at 512-292-1910. You can also find more information at ctorthodontics.com.
3:36 left here in the first half of play. Bowie Bulldogs knocking on the door, looking for a bit of a score. Here's Carmine Eli, gets a reception at 10. Near side sideline, stays in bounds near the 3-yard line. An interesting play call, totally worked out for the Bulldogs on a 3rd and 3 situation. They went to the air this time, and they're now first down and goal to go.
Safe pass to Carmine Eli, near side to us. And if you don't know the background, Carmine grew up playing with the guys from Johnson, moved into the Bowie School District, and there's been a lot to say, and Carmine Eli wants to say it on the field of play.
2 receptions so far in the game, 2 both for first downs, by the way. It was 19 on the season. Carmine Eli out far left-hand side. Rowan Wells in motion from right to left now, and it will be a keeper by Taylor, goes up the middle and tries to get in the end zone, and he does! Touchdown Bulldogs, and they are an extra point away from taking the lead, now at 13.
That's when Cruz Tello can work some magic, because on that goal line, after some good rushing by his running backs, now he can pull that ball in and almost walk into the end zone.
Extra point coming up, Jobby. Snap back, the kick is up, and it is good. Bowie now has taken the lead for the first time in the game.
Yes.
14-13. 3:23 left in the first half of play. A lot of action still to go here from Bob Shelton Stadium. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Looking for the best brunch, lunch, dinner, or happy hour spot? Look no further than your neighborhood Waterloo Ice House. With 4 locations across Austin, we've been serving up cold drinks and made-from-scratch food for locals, newcomers, and families alike since 1976. Get a taste of original Austin with great food and good vibes. With our patios, playscapes, big screens, daily specials, breakfast all day, and more, we've got something for everyone. See locations, menus, and more at WaterlooIcehouse.com. Waterloo Ice House, where neighbors become friends.
Ninth rushing score of the year for Cruz Tello has now Bowie on top for the first time this evening against the Johnson Jaguars. 14-13, 3:23 left in the second quarter from Bob Shelton Stadium. D. Hansen joined by Steve Foster along the Vype Live Network. And Tello tried to make it actually another rushing score, but he lost the ball on the first score of the game. Carmine picked it up and got the first score of the game. Here's an angled kickoff, right-hand side, and bobbled a bit, but still covered. You might have had some oohs and ahs there from the crowd, but Jags able to get back on top of that on the return at around their own 22-yard line. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 going right to left.
Here's the idea. 3:19 left. If you can get a stop, get the ball for the second half, hey, or a turnover. Just don't allow your opponent to put anything up on the board.
Colton Williams on the return. He's also had a big score in this game. Here's a keeper by Hall as he faked it to Hatnot, who is going to try to make the edge right-hand side. This time Hatnot, now we have an injured player down the field, possibly here for Bowie. But it was a keeper by Hall, and still, no, just one of those.
Just rolling around.
You just rolling around a little bit. It's okay.
It's rolling around.
It's okay. But nonetheless, Hall did not find any room. I don't know if Hatnot would have found any room as well from the
Yeah, he would have just strung the play out to the far side. Good pursuit by the Bowie defense.
Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11, and they're going to throw it right-hand side to the Jags. And it is caught upfield past the 25 up to the 27-yard line. And now it will be a much more manageable, about 3rd and 7. Even though that's the case, the Jags certainly don't love the situation. DJ Hamilton, who had 1 reception all of last week, but a 55-yard touchdown against Austin High, ended up being a decider. This time he makes the reception. It's 3rd and 5. Going right to left here for the Jaguars from their own 27. Hall out of the shotgun. Will roll against the grain, and there's a flag thrown. He'll run upfield, and then shoestring tackle by Reagan Cooper at around the 28-yard line, well shy of the first down marker by 2 yards. We'll see what this flag is all about. It's in the vicinity normally of holding against the offense, but we'll see. You never know. You never know what Chad McKenzie might say. Get away from his own 17-yard line. Matthew Martinez deep to receive. Here's the kick by the left again. It's a boomer. Oh, it drives Martinez back all the way to the 23-yard line, inside to the 15, to the 10-yard line it goes, and a brilliant punt by Cabello, which flips the script on the defense as far as where the ball is back. Yes, Steve, please.
It's not a brilliant punt if you catch the ball in the air, which is the only thing a punt returner. The hidden yardage, D, is because the ball on these surfaces bounces 15 to 20 yards. Matthew Martinez has to come up and fair catch that ball. It's easier again to come forward as your return man because that right there is about 15, 20 yards.
He has 2 timeouts remaining, 1:26 left here in the first half of play, up 14-13 now, and will run the ball up the middle. And that is Delmark, who will be shy of the 14-yard line. Over the 14-yard line he goes. 4-yard gain, and Bowie resigned to run the football and the clock.
Well, at least right now.
They're not quickly to the line as well. They're letting it run. You can hear the breeze as it picks up from right to left. The Bowie's going into the breeze. Here's Tello. He'll keep it on the near side sideline. Has some space. Now go to our bounds to stop the clock. Past the 30-yard line. That'll move the chains. And a late... Oh, is that a flag from the officials?
Well, it could have been from somebody.
That could be a late hit against the Jaguars.
Or somebody said something on the sidelines.
It could be. Wow, that is crazy.
And
that I don't even know. 85?
Yes. And that's going to get you.
That's off the bench.
Yep, that's what I said.
That is off the bench.
That's what I said. and that negates a great run by Cruz.
Oh my gosh!
Coming near side.
That is
okay. So
huge.
Let me find the silver lining. It's still first down because it was after.
I understand, but you had.
Oh yeah, no question.
Great.
You had
Great
a chance,
field position.
Yep, to take a shot.
Ball is all the way back at their own 15 now. 1st and 10 for Bowie. Again, they lead 14-13 with 50 seconds to go. Still 2 timeouts remaining. Here's Tello, and he will hand it off up the middle. And Bowie's now going to just run this ball and the clock. Delmark with the carry.
That was an opportunity lost for 2 reasons. One, the hidden yardage on the punt, and now.
Yeah, but Johnson's not going to take any timeouts either.
No.
So I find that, well, I
Why?
mean, deep in their own territory, I don't know. You're down by 1. You don't get the ball to start out the second half of play, and the playoffs are kind of on the line. So,
yeah. But if you start
really,
jousting, maybe I throw deep on you because you try to get cute.
Okay. Well, you know what? There's always a bad repercussion to that, but if you don't want to take risks, then you're never going to reap the rewards of those. Trips left inside, one right hand side. Now a keeper by Tell almost falls down, and now he'll be brought down from behind and had nowhere to go at his own 15-yard line and lose yardage on the play, and that is also the end of the first half. Back and forth we went. You never know where the momentum was going to lie at the end of this one. And quite honestly, Steve, neither team really took this game so far in the first half.
I think that's perfect byline for this first half. A back and forth.
But fresh slate in the second, right?
There you go.
Going to take that, and Bowie will get the ball to start out the second half of play.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
Because you do a lot of good research. You do great research. What's the probability of Bowie winning when they're up at half in most of the games? You don't have that one?
I wish you hadn't asked that.
Sorry.
At least this year, Bowie has outscored their opponents in the first half of play 96-61.
Okay. That's a good thing.
In fact, they have led all but 2 of the first halves they've had.
All right. I like that then.
They have failed to score 3 of 6 second halves, and they have been outscored 73-27 in the second half.
I don't like that either.
So those kind of numbers and trends have to drastically change.
Yes.
And if you remember, the last time Bowie was here, 2020 against Hayes.
Yes.
Pandemic. I understand that we didn't start playing football until October for Bowie when they opened up against Stony Point and lost that football game. They had a 14-3 lead at half.
Correct.
And seemingly had things really much in their hands to win that football game. And had they won, they'd go to the playoffs. Austin High is hoping that Bowie loses the game.
Right.
Hayes has to win it. Bowie has to win it to move on to the postseason. And the running game of Hayes takes over. They nearly had 200 yards of offense in the second half, almost all on the ground.
Yeah, the good thing is I like how this defense is playing against the run so far.
But that's exactly the narrative against Hayes in 2020. They had stopped the running game, and only 3 points were on the board at that time.
Right.
So big-time second-half speech coming up from both coaches. We'll see how that ends up going. We'll round things out, and we have halftime coming up. Our halftime score again from Bob Shelton Stadium. The Bowie Bulldogs have a narrow 1-point advantage, 14-13 on Johnson. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
McLean Family Dental is a proud supporter of Bowie football. Locally owned and operated by Dr. Deidre and Dr. James McLean. We are so excited to be celebrating over 10 years of providing compassionate, conservative, and comprehensive dental care for patients of all ages in Circle C, Shady Hollow, and Southwest Austin. From your friends and neighbors at McLean Family Dental, go Dogs!
Attention Bulldog fans! After tonight's game, grab a bite during Mighty Fine's 5th quarter at Mighty Fine Burgers, Fries, and Shakes. Mighty Fine is open late during every regular season Friday night Bowie High School game. So join us tonight as Mighty Fine celebrates another Bulldog win and grab a bite during Mighty Fine's fifth quarter at Mighty Fine's Burger, Fries, and Shakes.
Nance Orthodontics is the premier office for your entire family's orthodontics needs. At Nance Orthodontics, we pride ourselves on delivering the highest quality dentistry in a fun and modern environment. We provide digital scan and x-rays for smile assessment, and because the AAO recommends seeing an orthodontist as early as age 7, we offer complimentary consultation for children and adults. Dr. Nance is an American Board of Orthodontics certified orthodontist, a Platinum Plus Invisalign provider, and we offer metal and clear braces as well. Located in the heart of Austin on South Lamar, Nance Orthodontics serves the surrounding neighborhoods of South Austin. Please visit nanceorthodontics.com for more details.
Back here at Bob Shelton, D. Hanson joined by Steve Foster here at halftime, where the Bowie Bulldogs have a 14-13 advantage on the Johnson Jaguars. Jeff Abels again angling for his 150th career victory in his 22nd season as the head coach for Bowie. But I know that's an afterthought. Making the postseason is not. And this is a game that both schools know, based on also what lies ahead of them. And still what is still about 4 games left for Bowie, and 3, counting tonight's game for Johnson. Still plenty of runway, but you would think that right now, though, this is a big-time matchup between these two schools that have an excellent opportunity to not sew things up, but really make it a lot easier to make it into the postseason. A series that only has one other meeting happening last year. And right now, Bowie, winning 49-7 last year. You had Connor Kenyon throwing for 4 touchdowns in that game. You had Max Barnes with 139 yards of total offense. So, needless to say, this is a game that still has a lot of bearing on the playoff potential for each one of these two schools. And right now, Bowie also coming off of their second 2-game losing streak of the season. They only did that one other time recently in 2020, and when they lost 2 games at least back to back. But that was towards you look at last season, they only did that one time, and that was when they lost to Westlake and then Vandergrift back to back to end the year. So far, right now though, Bowie looking at their passing game that has gotten them back in the fold, having a hard time winning the field position battle. You got to position the defense. Reason why they are still in this ball game and the way they've been able to fight with a great starting field position for the Jaguars, who try to get that running game going. I'm sure they're not certainly going to try to relinquish that during the course of this contest and keep on pounding the football away. But again, this is a team in the Bowie Bulldogs who are looking for a strong second half, something they have not done much during the course of this season. When you look at the 26-6A standings, Westlake Chaparrals and Dripping Springs are the only 2 undefeated teams in district play, both at 4-0. Lake Travis ranked just below the top 10 at number 11 by Dave Campbell's at 3-1, 5-1 on the season. And their lone loss on the year against Westlake, of course, and a narrow victory by the Chaparrals. And then you have Johnson at 3-2, Bowie at 2-2, and Anderson at 2-3. So Anderson, though, losing to Bowie, and Johnson are going to be out on the outs so far as the tiebreakers are concerned. So that's why this Johnson-Bowie matchup is such a pivotal game in the district, who could decide who makes it on to the postseason in that 4th and final playoff spot. And then you look across the board on the enrollments and who will go Division I, Division II, and be matched up against the always also imposing 25-6A district. Right now, of course, Vandergrift in ranked number 5 in the state. They take on Round Rock tomorrow, undefeated. They are positioned right now as your Division II winner, and that's where Bowie would not like to be necessarily. I know a lot of people have been talking about that, but that does not mean there's not room for that to end up not being the case. Because right now, Division I, as it sits today, would be Round Rock and Westwood, with Vista Ridge and Vandergrift going in as your Division II representatives. But McNeil has a possibility of coming in as your other Division II team, and you would like to possibly have that be the case instead of Westwood. So that is another thing to consider right now. Stony Point's also in the mix, but they're a Division I opponent as well. That would drive down Vandergrift. You want to try to get Vandergrift into Division I, you want to root for McNeil and Vista Ridge as much as possible and have Westwood not make it into the mix. So that's how it sits so far for the playoffs. Dripping Springs can also mix things up a bit when it comes to winning the district. As they sit 4-0, they will play at Westlake tomorrow, and then after that they host Lake Travis. So those two back-to-back games for the Tigers can make things interesting in 26 6A. But right now, what really matters between these two teams, Johnson and Bowie, is to make the postseason. A win tonight would make it a lot easier for either one of those two schools. And right now, Bowie has the 1-point advantage at halftime, 14-13 on the Johnson Jags. We have the bands showing, and we will go out and look at the bands right now. Halftime from Bob Shelton Stadium, Bowie up by 1. And Bowie will receive the ball to start out the second half of play. This is Bowie Bulldogs football.
for high-quality, compassionate healthcare for your aging parent or grandparent? Robinson Craig Home Health and Hospice can help. We offer a variety of home health and hospice care services, all administered in the comfort of home. Our skilled, knowledgeable nurses and therapists help your loved ones recover and manage their conditions. And in most cases, our services are 100% covered by Medicare. We're a local, female-owned company committed to doing things right. Visit rchomehealthhospice.com today.
Looking for the best brunch, lunch, dinner, or happy hour spot? Look no further than your neighborhood Waterloo Ice House. With 4 locations across Austin, we've been serving up cold drinks and made-from-scratch food for locals, newcomers, and families alike since 1976. Get a taste of original Austin with great food and good vibes. With our patios, playscapes, big screens, daily specials, breakfast all day, and more, we've got something for everyone. See locations, menus, and more at WaterlooIcehouse.com. Waterloo Ice House, where neighbors become friends.
Austin Oaks Hospital offers specialized inpatient and outpatient psychiatric services for adolescents aged 12 to 17 and adults. With a dedicated women's unit, it caters to females seeking psychological support. Our women's inpatient treatment serves ages 18 and above. Adolescent outpatient programs provide evidence-based interventions to prevent hospitalization or aid post-hospitalization transition. The partial hospitalization program offers intensive care with psychiatric visits, multiple daily groups, and family therapy. We provide confidential, no-cost, 24/7 level of care assessments without requiring referrals. Walk-ins are welcome. Learn more at austinoakshospital.com or call 512-440-4800.
Kiefer Sparks Agency is a locally owned boutique real estate brokerage owned by Jennifer Sparks and Natalie Kiefer. KSA provides the highest level of expertise and service by offering in-depth industry knowledge, extensive networks, and resources. Whether buying, selling, or investing in Austin real estate, Jen, Natalie, and the KSA team understand that each client's needs are unique. KSA strives to exceed expectations and will deliver unmatched professionalism and expert negotiation skills. They pride themselves on building strong relationships with their clients that last well beyond the transaction. Visit www.ksarealtors.com.
If you didn't know already, Schlotzsky's at 5601 Brody Lane should be your catering go-to. With a menu filled with delicious catering options, Schlotzsky's has all the bases covered. With a delicious lineup of sandwiches, soups, salads, pizzas, desserts, and more, we've got just what you need to make any party or event great. Just visit our site, choose from the menu, and schedule delivery. Your order will arrive fresh, on time, and ready to be devoured. Schlotzsky's, it's a mouthful.
Most injury attorneys these days are characters, all promising to get your big check easily and quickly. The truth is, when handled well, an injury case is not easy and may take time. You shouldn't pick an attorney because of their gimmicks. You should pick an attorney because they have experience and resources to get you and your family the best outcome. A serious injury requires a serious attorney. At the Carlson Law Firm, we're not characters, we're attorneys with character.
CarlsonAttorneys.com. We care, we can help.
At Circle C Orthodontics, Dr. Fidel Del Toro and Dr. Jonathan Kimes love making beautiful, healthy smiles. Utilizing the latest advances in technology and techniques, the team at Circle C Ortho can help you look better and feel better too. Their practice philosophy focuses on patient-centered, personalized care. They take the time to get to know you as a person, not just a set of teeth or braces. Circle C Orthodontics, no referral needed, all insurance plans welcome, and affordable payment options available. More information at austin-braces.com, 512-394-0930.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders all across the country. This year, contributions from Firehouse Subs and their suppliers will total a minimum of $1 million to support first responders via the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation. Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation has awarded over 300 grants worth more than $4.3 million to public safety organizations all across the great state of Texas. In the greater Austin area alone, more than 300 $143,000 has been granted to local public safety organizations, including Travis County Emergency Services, Williamson County Sheriff's Office, and ACC's Police Department. Founded by brothers and former firefighters Chris Sorensen and Robin Sorensen, Firehouse Subs is the real deal. They know firefighters crave delicious food and a lot of it, so they've made sure every sub at Firehouse Subs is piled high with freshly sliced meat and delicious cheeses. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives.
The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above. At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh, because slice to order makes a sub above.
McLean Family Dental is a proud supporter of Bowie football. Locally owned and operated by Dr. Deidre and Dr. James McLean. We are so excited to be celebrating over 10 years of providing compassionate, conservative, and comprehensive dental care for patients of all ages in Circle C, Shady Hollow, and Southwest Austin. From your friends and neighbors at McLean Family Dental, go Dogs!
Attention Bulldog fans! After tonight's game, grab a bite during Mighty Fine's 5th quarter at Mighty Fine Burgers, Fries, and Shakes. Mighty Fine is open late during every regular season Friday night Bowie high school game. So join us tonight as Mighty Fine celebrates another Bulldog win. And grab a bite during Mighty Fine's 5th quarter at Mighty Fine's Burger, Fries, and Shakes.
Nance Orthodontics is the premier office for your entire family's orthodontics needs. At Nance Orthodontics, we pride ourselves on delivering the highest quality dentistry in a fun and modern environment. We provide digital scan and x-rays for smile assessment, and because the AAO recommends seeing an orthodontist as early as age 7, we offer complimentary consultation for children and adults. Dr. Nance is an American Board of Orthodontics certified orthodontist, a Platinum Plus Invisalign provider, and we offer metal and clear braces as well. Located in the heart of Austin on South Lamar, Nance Orthodontics serves the surrounding neighborhoods of South Austin. Please visit nanceorthodontics.com for more details.
Hey high schoolers, are you interested in a career in sports media? Vype can help. Launched in 2017, our Vype U Ambassador Program is a one-of-a-kind educational scholarship program that offers high school students a chance to gain hands-on experience in the sports media field. Vype U also gives students a platform to build their portfolio of creative work under the guidance of Vype's seasoned professionals. From covering games to publishing photos, writing articles, and conducting on-camera interviews, each Vype U ambassador receives an immersive experience geared toward their interests, while promoting their own school and preparing them for their future. Email info@vypemedia.com to find out more about Vype U today.
Kiefer Sparks Agency is a locally owned boutique real estate brokerage owned by Jennifer Sparks and Natalie Kiefer. KSA provides the highest level of expertise and service by offering in-depth industry knowledge, extensive networks, and resources. Whether buying, selling, or investing in Austin real estate, Jen, Natalie, and the KSA team understand that each client's needs are unique. KSA strives to exceed expectations and will deliver unmatched professionalism and expert negotiation skills. They pride themselves on building strong relationships with their clients that last well beyond the transaction. Visit www.ksarealtors.com.
Austin Oaks Hospital offers specialized inpatient and outpatient psychiatric services for adolescents aged 12 to 17 and
Austin
adults.
Oaks Hospital
With a dedicated
offers
women's unit,
specialized
inpatient and outpatient psychiatric services for adolescents aged 12 to 17 and adults. With a dedicated women's unit, it caters to females seeking psychological support. Our women's inpatient or aid ages hospitalization transition. The partial hospitalization evidence-based intensive care with psychiatric hospitalization, daily groups, and family therapy. We provide confidential, no-cost, 24/7 care with psychiatric visits.
Kiefer Sparks Agency is a locally owned boutique real estate brokerage owned by Jennifer Sparks and Natalie Kiefer. KSA provides the highest level of expertise and service by offering in-depth industry knowledge, extensive networks, and resources. Whether buying, selling, or investing in Austin real estate, Jen, Natalie, and the KSA team understand that each client's needs are unique. KSA strives to exceed expectations and will deliver unmatched professionalism and expert negotiation skills. They pride themselves on building strong relationships with their clients that last well beyond the transaction. Visit www.ksarealtors.com.
Out on the field they come. The Bowie Bulldogs are set and ready to go. The second half of play from Bob Shelton Stadium. D. Hanson joined by Steve Foster. 14-13, a narrow 1-point margin here. Bulldogs holding on to that. They also will get this football to start on the second half of play. They won the coin toss and elected to defer. And the Johnson Jags, though, started out on the ground and continued on the ground, Steve. That is their MO. That's their identity. They're able to get the first score on the board where the Jaguars go up 7-0 on a 9-yard touchdown run by Cale Hatnot. Carmine Eli found a gift in the end zone on a Tello attempt for a 1-yard touchdown run. Ended up being 6 on the board for Bowie. You take it how you get it. That knotted things at 7 after end of 1. And then Johnson came right back on a 25-yard bomb on a 3rd and 3, where Williams caught the ball coming back on it from the backup quarterback for Johnson and Hall. And he connected for 6, missed the extra point, 13-7 your score. And then Bowie, with 3:23 left in the first half, able to get a Tello run from 3 yards out. Went up on a 1 point on Jabi connecting. And now we'll get the ball to start the second half of play. Some adjustments here from both schools.
Well, I think for Bowie, you got to be mindful of the run on defense, because that's what the specialty is. And then great decisions by Cruz Tello on the offense for Bowie.
Here is the kickoff from Johnson going right to left, and Margiotta will do the honors, and now go back into the end zone as we go right to left. That's south to north, and yes, weather is a bit of a factor. It's a beautiful evening, by the way, around low 70s and relative humidity around 50%, but there is a bit of a breeze. You can actually pick it up on the crowd mic to a certain degree from right to left, about 12 miles per hour. That certainly helped the kickoff go out the back end of the end zone, and Bowie going into the wind to start out this third quarter. And now the shotgun will be Tello. And he will get it on the handoff, sweeping left-hand side is Matabella, who was rather effective towards the end of the first half of play, Steve, and he picks up a bit where he left off. And that will be around 5 or 6 yards on the carry up to the 30-yard line, and 2nd and 5 coming up here for the Bulldogs.
Well, that's going to help Cruz Tello, because it will loosen the running lanes when he makes the decision to keep the ball. That helps Cruz Tello and his run-pass option opportunities.
Bowie again in their away white tops and bottoms, black letters numbered red trim, and the black helmets. Owen ball in motion from left to right now. There you have 2 receivers right-hand side. Carmine Eli far out right-hand side. And play action, throw middle of the field, and it will be caught. And Rowan Wells makes his first reception of the evening to the 41-yard line and will move the chains, first down.
Again, because of the good run on first down, and again, get me good yards on first down. If you can do it by the run, great, but a great decision by Cruz Tello.
Rowan Wells with his 12th reception of the year leads the team in receiving yards with 268, and average yards per catch, Steve, 24.5 on the year. Here's the handoff. Matabella again finds a great edge, great blocking up front, gets past midfield to the 45, tripped up at the 42-yard line of the Jaguars. First down carry.
Matabella's a sizable back. He can get to the edge quickly, and he gets his shoulder square, which makes it very hard to tackle a rusher like that.
Matabella starting out as the starting fullback on the roster now, but has gotten majority of the carries out of the backfield. Trips right-hand side. The wind continues to bluster. And it will be a handoff again. Matabella finds the seam in the A-gap. And when you get those interior runs, that's when you know Bowie's doing what they want to do. Down to the 36-yard line. It's 2nd and around 5 to go here for the Bulldogs into Jag territory.
And if you're Cruz Tello, let Matabella take the beating. You want the yards.
10:38, counting down left here. Early stages, third quarter of play. 2 receivers right, 1 left-hand side. Handoff goes again, Matabella. And he'll bowl his way past the 35, near the 33-yard line. It's 3rd and short. 2.5 to go here for the Bulldogs, and they're taking their time as Tello and company going down the field on the shoulders of Kaysen Matabella.
And now the decision-making properties of Cruz Tello are going to come in to play right here on third down.
Receiver left-hand side to right-hand side. Up the middle, Matabella with a huge hole. Lowers the left shoulder, bowls over a couple of assuming tacklers at the 26-yard line. He finally goes down, but he'll move the chains on the carry, and Bowie is happy with this.
Absolutely.
Great start.
And if somebody leaks or comes and crashes down trying to stop Matabella and Cruz Tello keeps, he may run all the way to San Marcos.
Here is the throw out left-hand side, caught by Rowan Wells, his second on the drive in the evening. He will be tripped up inside the 20 to 19-yard line, a gain of around 8 of the play, brings up 2nd and 2 for the Bulldogs, and now trying to mix it up a little bit.
I like
the run
it.
Setting up the pass.
I like it. And Cruz Tello very comfortable. If you're Johnson, you want to have Cruz uncomfortable, but right now making great choices.
Short side of the field has 2 receivers out left-hand side now, and a handoff. Matabella tries to break it back, and he does at around the 20, and he'll get upfield near the 10-yard line, if I see it marked correctly.
15.
Yep. Sorry, the 15. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
And here's the deal. Yeah, you did. And here's the thing. Here's how sneaky Cruz Tello can be. He can let Matabella get all these yards breaking tackles. He keeps. He may walk into the end zone. I'm still saying that's available.
Here's Tello now, angling left-hand side, following Matabella. He'll get inside 15, 14-yard line. So that was a 2nd down carry. Excuse me, that was a 1st down carry, making it 2nd down and 9, 1 yard on the carry. But now, a lot of substitutions coming in here.
It's a good-looking drive. Well played. Now just stay within yourself and keep making good decisions.
Bowen Wells and Ball out left. 2 out. Tello has plenty of time. Lobs it down the corner of the end zone. Incomplete, trying to find Langdon. The corner of the end zone, and led him just maybe 2 or 3 feet too far.
It's a good look. Again, Cruz Tello making very good decisions. That was the guy who was open in the end zone. It may have been a little bit far, but that's the right
And he has time, Steve.
Yes.
This offensive line is giving him some time to throw the football.
Correct.
But it's now 3rd down. And 9 to go. Bowie can get a 1st down here if they're able to. And now going to the end zone and incomplete. Rowan Wells, the back end of the end zone, was the intended receiver and just hit off of his hand. Would have been a miraculous catch had he been able to do so. But now it will be Bowie to try for the field goal to take what would more importantly be more than a field goal advantage in this football game.
Yes, and I tell you, Rowan Wells is going to be mad. Cruz Tello gave him an opportunity. If that ball was thrown at the break, it may have been a reception.
31-yarder on the far side hash. Here's Sadai Jabi with the field goal, and it is no good. It misses to the left, so the left upright, and that is an opportunity missed. 4 of 5 of the season for Jabi, now 4 of 6, and a brilliant drive down the field to open up the 3rd quarter play. Has 0 points to show for it, and then the Jags will be on the field to start out for their first offensive series here in the 3rd quarter with 8 minutes to go. Here's Hall out of the shotgun. Hatnot will move up a bit. And in motion now, it's Colton Williams back to pass. Here's Hall. He'll start out that way, and now will run with the ball out of necessity. That was not designed. He's brought down by Reagan Cooper for the stop at around the 25-yard line. Bring up a 2nd down and around 5 to go here for the Jaguars. That wind continues to kick up behind Johnson, going right to left.
unfortunate miss of that field goal. D, it smarts a little bit.
It happens. Hatnot, left-hand side of the shotgun again of Hall, and he gets the carry and goes nowhere. Met and dropped. Brilliant penetration once again, and always the biggest cog of this 3-3 stack, the nose tackle Garrett Gibson making the tackle for a loss, his 5th of the year.
He just knows how to play football in tight spaces. And you would think that a nose guard or a nose tackle, whatever you want to call him, would get blocked. He just doesn't.
Loss of 1 on the play makes it 3rd and 6 from their own 24-yard line here in the third quarter. For the Johnson Jaguars, high snap back. Here comes a rush. Reagan Cooper almost got Hall. He's able to escape it. Tries to find the edge on the far side sidelines. Unable to do so at the 29-yard line. And Wyatt Barnes brings him down. That brings up a 4th down and 2. Very close to a 1st down, but Barnes able to track him down.
Tell you what, great job by Wyatt Barnes. You talk about running down a dream. He ran down the quarterback as well.
How do you invoke the memories?
That's our song, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's the
4th
song.
and 2, though, and
watch the fake.
That will make the
Watch
Jags,
the fake.
They'll force to punt here. Matthew Martinez has had, this is Carmine Eli now deep to receive. 5:58 left in the third quarter. No score in the third quarter. Still 14-13. Bulldogs, high snap back, and still Cabello gets it away. High end overhand kick is flubbed, and Carmine Eli is unable to get up, and now he finally does get on top of it at the 32-yard line. Woo! Again,
Carmine!
We got the back-to-back woos, and now Carmine Eli will live to sing another day.
Carmine, you making it interesting for the
always does.
Viewers and listeners. Wow.
Well, Steve, you got the missed field goal, but the defense has been rather consistent the last few series out. Let's see what the offense can do here. Good starting field position at their own 32-yard line. Let's see what Matabella can do once again. He gets the carry. They'll get past 35 near the 37-yard line. They'll bring up a 2nd down and a short 5 to go here for the Bulldogs. Wells out left-hand side, the only receiver out there. This is short side of the field, 2 right-hand side. And again, Matabella gets the carry. He breaks it back in after trying to break it out. And with that, a lot of hesitation, we swallowed up, and a flag at the very end of the play. It's a 2-yard gain, makes it around 3rd and I would say 3 to go. What I find interesting, if this is a holding call against Bowie, is that flag was thrown at the end of the run. So the hold was inconsequential if it was a hold. Now, if it's a procedural call, then it's a completely different story. That play should never got started in the first place.
You are correct in your initial prognosis.
Okay. So that brings it back. The down remains 2nd down. The holding call against Bowie will make it 2nd and 15.
You don't have to get it all back here.
No.
But you've got a lot of receivers that can catch a football. I can tell you that.
Well, 3 of them are left-hand side, 1 right-hand side, Roland Wells. They throw it out to the near side. Is it incomplete or tackled?
Well, either way.
Owen Ball either caught it or he didn't.
Yeah, either way, that choice to me it just wouldn't have given you a lot. Let your guys get into the pattern first.
Super low throw.
Right.
And I'm going to say that it's incomplete.
Yes,
agreed. I didn't see a change of anything.
But Owen Ball was covered right off the line, too.
He had no chance.
There was,
He had no chance.
And again, I would want to see some of these other receivers at least just get in the pattern.
That was not a pressure situation either. Here's Rowan Wells in motion from right to left, running against the grain. It's Tello looking down, and now we'll throw it, and it will be caught. Inbounds, far side sideline, the 41-yard line by Langdon.
Is that a 1st down?
No, I don't think it is. No, it is a yard shy of a 1st.
What are we going to do, Coach?
4.5 counting down here, and Bowie has been playing very good defensively. And And they're at their own 41-yard line, and it looks like they're going to go for it.
Well, this is a great choice. I like this.
Shotgun for Tello has Thomas, and now Tello will keep it. He has the edge and more. He's at midfield, stays in bounds, 45-40, but down from behind near the 43-yard line of the Jaguars. Well enough for a first down. They'll move the chains, and a gutsy call and a more even gutsier run. Tello was dead to rights to a certain degree.
Did you see where he went? Off tackle.
I know.
That's for the world.
Yeah.
When you got 1, maybe 2 yards, off tackle is going to work a little bit better.
Time. On the right-hand side of that line, it's been marred by injuries, by the way. It still worked out. 4 wideouts, 2 split to each side. Now you have Rowan Wells in motion from right to left. Rolling out left-hand side is Tello. He's got to get rid of the football. Does, and nearly intercepted, but then also hits off Langdon. He wasn't even expecting the ball. It looked like it just hit off of his shoulder.
No, that was Carmine Eli. Carmine was coming across. That was the right deal, but you didn't have to throw a dart. You could have thrown that one soft. You had a guy coming across. Let him make the adjustment to the ball. Right there, a little bit of a dart.
Jerome Call, though, and I can hear some fans going, throw it, was bearing down on Tello at the moment. 2nd and 10 now, and Tello will hand it off right-hand side. Here's the run. Staying on his feet is Thomas. Brandon Thomas now. I'd like to see him back in the fray. Runs for nearly 10 yards and will move the chains near the 26-yard line.
That was a vicious run. There were tacklers that he just, being Thomas, running through. I thought he should have bounced that near side to us. He said no need and picked up more than he needed for a first down.
3:25 left and counting down left here in the third quarter play. 14-13 advantage for Bowie, looking for more. A handoff, throw out left-hand side. It is caught, staying on his feet and trying to find something else, and unable to do so is Carmine Eli. He made a lot more out of that than was the potential, considering how well the defense covered that play. Gains around 3 or 4 yards, makes up a 2nd down and 7 to go here for Bowie.
That was a heck of a 3-yard effort by Carmine Eli. But if Cruz Tello looks to that flat and lets that wheel route come about, he'll have somebody wide open downfield.
There's Thomas again. Brandon Thomas, juice out right-hand side, out of the shotgun of Tello. He'll get the handoff, goes up the middle, lowers shoulder, and get brought back, and gets smacked down. There's a flag at the very end of the run at the 20. I don't know what that's going to be.
It's a hold.
I see the holding indication here from the official. Just as I said, I don't know what this is going to be.
They're going to move him back, which is smart.
That is an interesting holding call. You don't see a lot of holds up the middle. You see him as plays get extended, or you try to go sideline to sideline. But any pass play, but a straight up the gut hold is
the umpire.
You can call that almost all the time.
Yeah, and the umpire doesn't usually call that. So that's what else is. I mean, I understand social media, but you don't need to be in on everything.
2nd and 17 after the 5-yard penalty. Here's Tello now. He'll look for the screen in the middle, and it's bobbled and dropped. Langdon, the intended receiver, at the 33-yard line, and
okay. Let me help them out.
Unable to hold on to that, makes it 3rd and 17 at the 33-yard line. Of Bowie again getting mired here in the red zone. Close to the red zone.
A screen pass is a sneaky play. You don't rush a screen. You let people assume and presume something else. When you catch a screen pass, it's nice and soft. You kind of want to scooch down behind the blockers. Then make your move.
One receiver left out, 2 right-hand side. Design rollout. Here's Tello. He is hounded. Now he'll be on the move and then throw it against the grain. He'll be almost intercepted, and then dropped at the 15-yard line. Langdon, the intended receiver, and Johnson nearly got the INT on that one. It's 4th and 17. Steve at the 33-yard line of the Johnson Jaguars. And a very, very late flag now just being thrown. And I'm telling you, this is against Bowie looking over the sideline.
Yeah, and I think this was against the coaches.
Wow. And I'm telling you, we've had a player that has not been a huge cog of the team, and now a coach that has gotten personal fouls called against them in this game that have, wait 1 second please, that have been huge points of emphasis from the officials that have derailed Bowie's offense on 2 separate occasions.
Yeah, but
now,
you can give somebody a warning. This isn't the golf channel, okay? This isn't the golf channel. You can tell a coach, hey coach, zip it. But this in a game like this is, again, we know these guys.
Here's Polito.
I disagree with what
I understand.
they did.
Polito now will kick it away from his own 37 after the 50-yard penalties assessed. As Bowie might have had an option to try to go for it, they will not do so here. It's angled and shot-putted right-hand side. Takes a reasonably good Bowie bounce, and now will go back forward up the field at the 19-yard line before it's touched up there. And I'm telling you, we've seen a lot of different things during the course of this season. And as far as penalties go, against the sideline, we've seen 2 that are uncharacteristic of the Bulldogs throughout any season I've been a part of.
Right.
This is my 5th season so far.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a coach get a penalty or a player that is not normally out on the field get a penalty, and we've seen 2 of those in one game.
Right. And again, there needs to be a warning. That's just my perspective.
Here's Hall out of the shotgun. There's 2:10 left in the quarter, and still no scoring in the quarter. Still 14-13. That's how we ended the halftime. Hall with the carry. Wyatt Barnes again on the stop. It's now 2nd down and 10 at the 20-yard line with no gain on the play.
Nick Beavers, first man to meet up with the quarterback there and spin him around, and you're right. Cleaned up by Wyatt Barnes.
Offset eye out of the right-hand side. Your deep man, Hartnott. And he will get the carry up the middle, try to angle, and he goes nowhere again. This defense primed and ready to go. Gary Gibson in on the stop. And the aforementioned Beavers also making some plays, and Sean Doherty also.
Yeah, but your guy, Garrett Gibson, just seems to just be controlling this middle of the man on a mission.
You know what? He also maintains the tucked shirt. He always tries to make sure he looks clean at the end of plays. It's now 3rd and 12.
No Men's Warehouse NIL.
No, we're not doing. Don't worry about that.
Little Men's Warehouse
a minute
NIL.
to go from their own 17 for the Jags. Here's Hall. Pressure up the middle. Throws the right-hand side. Caught at the 45 midfield. He's brought down from behind by Matthew Martinez. And Johnson making some hay with Colton Williams. He had the touchdown, and this time he moves the chains in a big way on a 3rd down and long into Bowie territory at the 42, 1st and 10.
Brother Thomas saw that pass coming, but he took a bad angle. Or he could have picked that one off probably right in the middle of the field. I thought Wyatt Barnes was going to clean the clock of the quarterback.
Oh, he had the edge.
It was close all the way around on
Hall now. Back to pass again. Flings it out right-hand side. Caught by Forsberg. He's brought down at around the 35-yard line. And you know what? If the storyline and the narrative for Johnson to win this football game is their backup quarterback is throwing the football to win it, then that is what Bowie will have to contend with, because that is not how the Jags got to where they are and have won any football games based on that. That will also conclude the 3rd quarter of play. You know what? If you ask me where this 4th quarter is going to go, I have no clue. But we do know that Bowie has the same advantage they had to end the half, 14-13. The Jaguars, though, are driving down the field. It's 2nd and 3 from the 35 of Bowie for Johnson. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Armstrong Community Music School, we teach, explore, perform, and celebrate music by offering lessons and classes for all ages and skill levels. We've been proudly serving the Austin community for over 23 years. To learn more, visit acmsaustin.org or call 512-474-2331. We value you and your joyful lifelong journey of creative expression.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about. Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
Here we go, fourth quarter underway here from Bob Shelton Stadium. Dee Hanson, Steve Foster, Matt Lorenz along the Vype Live Network. Johnson looking to try to take the lead to start out this fourth quarter of play. We're going to try to do it on the ground on a 2nd and 3. Down though 14-13. Hall goes nowhere and loses maybe a yard in the play, makes it 3rd down and 5 to go here for Johnson. That's exactly what it is from the 36-yard line of the Bowie Bulldogs.
And great penetration there. Again, Sean Daugherty playing
well
that
the
left
game, by the
edge.
way.
Yeah, playing that left
Colin
edge.
Rice out. Daugherty in. Jackson Lang, the sophomore, Daugherty, the junior. Highlighting the future of this defensive front. Back to pass. Hall has time, though. Now we'll throw it out and complete the 30-yard line. And upfield, and a flag comes in at the very end of the play. Deep in the pocket as well. This might be a holding call the way the defense is
right?
or a chop block. Nonetheless, it's a first down when if the penalty. Okay. So the play, if it had stood, would have been a first down at the 30. I was seeing if it was post play on the unsportsmanlike conduct.
It is.
Well, then it's first down.
Correct.
So that brings the ball back to the 45-yard line of Bowie, but it's 1st and 10 still here for the Jaguars with 11:11 to go in the game. Down by 1 to Bowie, 14-13. Wow. Yeah. you knew that these two teams, this is picking up where the Hayes Hawks left off.
Correct.
1st and 10 from the 45 of the Bulldogs are the Johnson Jaguars. And the handoff goes to the sophomore, and he's slung down from behind and brought down by Wyatt Barnes at the 48-yard line. And a flag is thrown at the 45-yard line, which is the line of scrimmage. So this could be an offsides penalty against the Bowie Bulldogs.
Yes.
And it is.
Daugherty was lined up. I could see him. He was lined up over the line when he had his second hand down. And I was going to say move back, but I didn't want to jinx him, hoping that
they didn't see it.
Yes, and they did.
Okay. 5-yard penalty, remains first down from the 40-yard line. Ball on the far side hash. Trips right-hand side, 1 left-hand side. Hall out of the shotgun again. And he will hand it off up the middle. Hatnot has the carry. Gets inside the 40 to the 38. It's brought down for a gain of 2, as you probably heard. Now bring up a 2nd down and around 3.5 to go here for the Jags, who again trail 14-13. Had a close game against Austin High last week on a Thursday night. Trailed towards the tail end of that game as well. Took the lead and won it 20-19. They trailed 19-14 a lot of the game. Looking for the same kind of magic here at home this time. Hatnot gets the carry again, has the room and more, and he's finally hit and brought down at the 31-yard line, but not until he gets around 6 yards of the carry for a first down for Johnson. That'll move the chains.
Good hard run. No doubt about that. The workhorse doing what the workhorse is supposed to do, pick up yards.
I mean, aside from Colton Williams, there's nothing magical about this offense.
No.
And Hatnot is getting the carry, and it's going up the middle every time.
Yeah.
Hall, opposite eye, right-hand side, has 2 backs. And he will roll out for a throw, and it will be complete at the 25-yard line. Brought up field for about an 8-yard gain near the 22.
Safe pass. Just all curl is what they call that. About at 6-7 yards. Try to run off the defender and turn around and take your choice. You had 2 receivers this near side. Pick one. And he found one.
Colton Williams with the reception, and he's been working up against Matthew Martinez, by the way. The clock rolls at 8:50, excuse me, left in the contest. 2-back set out of the shotgun. Here's Hall. Hands it off Hatnot. Tries to find room left-hand side. He does find a bit of seam. There's a flag at the very end of the play. And stoppage on that one. You do have Wyatt Barnes in on the stop. Holding against Johnson, and that will nullify that last carry. Jackson Lang also in on the stop as well. I want to bring it back here a little bit. This front six has done a great job in the interior for Bowie.
Absolutely.
If Hatnot and company want to find any room, it's not going to be up the middle.
No. In most defenses, you build from the middle out.
Right. We're just saying, with no Colin Rice, we're seeing not a huge letdown. It's 2nd and 11 after the penalty. Back to pass out left-hand side. Hall's going to heave it down the left sideline, and it is going to be caught at around the 9-yard line. Coming up underneath that one and making the play is DJ Hamilton. And it's first down and goal to go from the 9 for Johnson with 8:15 and counting down left in the ball game, down by 1, 14-13 against Bowie.
Great pass. And even better reception as Hamilton kept the reception all the way to the ground.
Hatnot out right-hand side out of the shotgun here along with Hall. He gets the carry up the middle and gets dropped. Immediately hit initially again by Wyatt Barnes, who's having a whale of a game tonight.
Yeah, and you know what?
He really is.
If you're not careful as a rusher, you can strip the ball, especially when he's spinning around like that. That's when you can punch it out.
It's maybe a gain of 1 or 2 on the play at the most. Second down.
I'm sneaky that way. I know how to go get the ball from my own guys. Shouldn't give that away.
Second down and goal to go here. Now a throw out right-hand side. It is going to be caught and then dropped from behind. Reagan Cooper got the stop.
No!
They're going to...
No! The whistle hadn't blown.
Whoa. So Reagan Cooper made the stop. That one caught by DJ Hamilton. And they're going to call a excessive tackle. I'm sure unsportsmanlike conduct against Reagan Cooper. And they will. Unnecessary roughness against Cooper. And I agree with you, Steve. That should not have been called. I agree.
The whistle hadn't blown. If you let him go and he runs, they didn't stop. The head linesman should have blown the whistle when progress was stopped. You give a team 4 more downs in the red zone.
Second down. Now it's first down from the 4-yard line. And flags fly. Handoff goes right-hand side. And that will be a carry by Hatnot. That will be stopped at the 1-yard line. And we'll see what this flag is going to be. You can imagine. We're on the visitor side, by the way. It's motion procedural call against the Jaguars. We'll bring it back 5 yards. Clock is at 7:11. It's first down and goal to go now from the 9-yard line. And I'm telling you, Steve, if this coaching staff isn't wary, they also need to be careful of getting another flag. No, they're out on the field. I'm just telling you.
Right. That's right.
I understand the emotion of things that are going on. Okay, we'll see how this goes. 7:11 left in the ball game. Johnson now first down and going to go from there. The 9 of Bowie down by 1, 14-13. Handoff goes right-hand side. Here's Hatnot. Breaks it back in. Brought out of bounds. We'll see this mark is at the... It should be the 5. It is. So it's a gain of 4. Second down from the 5. Goal to go. Penalties can, if you let it, be disheartening and take the soul out of you. But I've seen already on this drive that is not happening to certain players, no matter what ends up being the circumstance.
No, I agree.
You got to keep it going. It's okay.
Yeah.
Second down to go from the 5-yard line. Under 7 to go. And now we have flags all over the place. Another false start or procedural call will go against Johnson as they never hiked the ball. And there's all kinds of movement everywhere.
Correct.
That will have the down be at 2. And the distance to get in the goal will be 10. Or the officials are conferring here. We have actually, the flags did fly. I did see that, right? Correct? And they took it away. They took it off the field. and Jeff Abels is getting an explanation. You know, this has been a tough fourth quarter for these officials. Really has. And you know what? You'd be hard pressed to see Jeff Abels get that upset over any circumstance. And I'm telling you, this is probably the most animated I've seen him in a bit. Here we go. The penalty is nullified, or I'm sorry, picked up. So it remains second down the goal to go from the 5-yard line. Handoff goes to Hatnot up the middle, and he is stopped shy. He's at the 2-yard line. Third down and goal to go from the 2 with 6:34 and counting down left here in the ball game, down by 1, 14-13. You have to imagine, Steve, this is 2-down territory for Johnson?
Okay. Absolutely.
Okay. They're going to run the football again. Yes.
And they'll jump, and it won't count.
Shotgun here for Hall. They'll hand it off. Hatnot. It gets blown up from behind by Wyatt Barnes for a yard loss.
Oh, it looks like they're running their field goal unit.
And now they're going to run the field goal unit with a 4th down coming up at around the 3-yard line. Now, on the year, Joe Margiotta is perfect on the season at 4 of 4.
You just jinxed them.
That's my point, Steve.
I know.
5:48, counting down left.
You're going to hit the upright. Doing!
20-yard field goal.
Yep.
Take the lead by 2. Margiotta snaps back, the kick is up, and it is...
They finally caught.
There's a flag on the far side of the field as well, and there'll be procedural call against
Johnson.
I know, but I'm just going to wait and pick it up.
You know what? I'd have to text my friend on the far side.
I just want to
I'd
wait.
have to text my friend on the far side after this game if he didn't pick that one up.
Sure.
That would have been personal.
You mark it back 5 yards. It's now 25 yards for Margiotta. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is good this time around. And with 5:14 left in the ball game, Johnson gets it right, and they lead by a narrow margin of 2, 16-14 against the Bowie Bulldogs. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
About sandwiches for a second, specifically the Schlotzsky's Original, the sandwich that since 1971 has been an American favorite. I'd like to talk about the original one-of-a-kind, made from scratch every morning, spongy, soft sourdough bun. I'd like to talk about the original's thick stack of select meats, hearty cheeses, crisp veggies, and signature sauce. Why do I want to talk about the original? Mostly because I'm hungry, and the Schlotzsky's Original is the most delicious sandwich I could think of.
Margiotta stays perfect on the season, now 5 of 5, despite the procedural call, is able to kick it in through and from 25 yards out to make it a 16-14 advantage by Johnson, trying to steal one away once again on back-to-back Thursday nights as they did against Austin High. Now they lead by 2 at home against Bowie, 16-14, 5:14 left in the ball game. Both teams with the full complement of timeouts at 3. Short, very short kick by Johnson is fair caught at the 32-yard line by Bowie, wisely, by the way, not by Joe Delmark.
I don't understand that.
That'll bring up a 1st and 10 by the Bulldogs going right to left.
I don't understand that one because it's going to be beyond the 25. And you give Bowie 1st down from the 32. All you need is a field goal, as crazy as that sounds.
What you don't understand is the short kick.
Correct.
Okay, just making sure we're all on the same page on that one. 1st and 10 now. Bowie down by 2 from their own 32. Tello out of the shotgun has Montabella to his left-hand side will get the carry. Montabella will run his way, stay on his feet past the 40, 45 to the 46-yard line. And if Montabella wants to do 15-yard gains on every carry, the Bowie will be happy with that.
Well, he's maturing over the season, and he's very sizable for a junior.
And Montabella if he had more arms around the football, he would have done it. But
I love it.
The ball's not getting out.
We won't talk about that.
Trips right-hand side, one left is Rowan Wells, and a throw out to Wells is caught, and he will stay on his feet. Near side sideline, he's in the 30, 25, and slung down hard on the far side sideline around the 25. And 1st and 10, deep into Jag territory, just like that, on a run by Montabella, and a great pitch and catch over to Wells, 1st and 10.
Great decision. I thought the flag should have come out for offsides, and it was a free play. So, actually, I think Johnson held up.
We don't do that anymore with this crew.
No. Okay. Not tonight, anyway.
Not tonight, at least. 2 receivers right-hand side. Ball on the slot to the right far. Right-hand side is Wells. Handoff goes to Montabella, and he dances his way past the 25. There gets near the 20-yard line before he's brought down. He's just shy of the 20, I believe. And I'm telling you, that is some hard running.
And I love it.
Steve Demukes with the stop. He led the team in tackles with 62 coming into this game. He made the hard stop there for Johnson that needed to happen, but still a 4-yard gain. Handoff goes left-hand side. Here's Delmark, breaks it back. He's at the 20, spins his way to the 15. I'm telling you, this running game is contagious. Goes inside there to the 14-yard line for Delmark, and well enough for a first down. They'll move the chains for the Bulldogs with 3:59. The clock will stop there to move the chains, and they'll start back up, I'm sure, here with 3:59 again left in the ball game.
Well, no need to rush, but stay on your timing and get these plays in and count.
Why is the clock? There it goes. Okay. I'm telling you. Here is a carry by Thomas, right up the middle, and he goes in for the score. 14 yards out and 3 plays in. Bowie's in for 6. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
That was a drive. That right there was a drive.
Timeout taken.
Well, let's see.
Timeout Bowie. Steve, I don't know if I've ever seen a timeout preceding an extra point attempt. But Bowie leads.
Unless you want to go for 2.
You might want to go for 2.
2.
I agree. That's a good point. 13-yard touchdown there by Thomas. Thomas back in the fray. Nice to see him. That Delmark Montabella running back room, nice to see. But we knew Thomas was going to be a big factor in this running game, considering what he did last year. Marred by injuries, finally back in the mix, and now is able to make a huge, indelible mark here at the end of this ball game to this point.
Just going to kick an extra point. Just made sure, I guess, that everything was copacetic.
Well, Johnson has missed an extra point in this game. Ended up being somewhat of a factor. It's a 4-point advantage for Bowie at 2016 as it stands with 3:46 left. Jabby in, will kick it, and it will go through. A 5-point advantage now for Bowie. 21-16 on Johnson. 3:46 left in the contest, and the Jags still have 3 timeouts remaining. We'll take a timeout. Again, this is Bowie Bulldog football.
If you didn't know already, Schlotzsky's at 5601 Brody Lane should be your catering go-to. With a menu filled with delicious catering options, Schlotzsky's has all the bases covered. With a delicious lineup of sandwiches, soups, salads, pizzas, desserts, and more, we've got just what you need to make any party or event great. Just visit our site, choose from the menu, and schedule delivery. Your order will arrive fresh, on time, and ready to be devoured. Schlotzsky's, it's a mouthful.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about. Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
Bulldogs kicking it away. That means they also scored, which is certainly the case. Now up 21-16 with 3:46 left in the fourth quarter of play. The kickoff is away and brought up past the 20 to the 21-yard line. And a short kick, though, and great coverage downfield here for the Bowie special teams. You always have to keep your mind's eye on Colton Williams, who returned that. He's been a huge cog and component of this Jaguar offense. And Hatnot has had his moments, but the passing game for Johnson has been the reason why they are in this football game. Down by 5, though, 21-16 with 3:42 left, and all 3 timeouts remaining from their own 21-yard line, going left to right. Hall out of the shotgun. High snap back, and now here comes some pressure. He's able to get out of it. Flag is thrown. He throws on the run, and now middle of the field is nearly intercepted by Thomas. Braylon Thomas. This should be a holding call, as you did have some considerable pressure. Sean Doherty nearly had his hands on Hall, but because of the hold was unable to bring him down, and that will be called aptly, and the penalty enforced will bring this ball back. Now 1st and 20 coming up here for Johnson.
Well, I tell you, Sean Doherty is earning his keep. He's stepping in. He's got the Jordan cleats. He's got the original Jordan 1s. And so you can't wear the Jordan 1s if you don't come to play.
Oh.
You cannot wear the Jordan 1s.
If MK was here, he'd be like,
that's my guy.
What are you doing to my
No, he'd be like,
brand?
He's enhancing the brand.
Yeah. He should be happy, right?
Yeah, that's right.
3:35 left now, and the ball is brought back to their own 11-yard line for Johnson. Here's Hall again out of the shotgun. Looking back now, here comes some pressure down the middle, and now he'll throw it down the middle of the field, and it'll be caught at the 30-yard. No, we had one official say incomplete. Now the other one says, the head linesman says it's complete the 31-yard line. Miraculously, between double coverage, which will move the chains 1st and 10.
I don't think Johnson's going to be able to live that close to the edge all the way down the field.
I mean,
that
again,
was, yeah.
Colton Williams with the reception between 2 defenders.
Yeah.
Hall, again, with Hatnot to his left, will roll out to his left-hand side. Pressure is there. He throws on the run. It will be caught at the 43-yard line. Upfield to midfield is Forsberg, the tight end. That will also move the chains once again.
Well, Braylon Thomas ran past the receiver. He's got to stay over the top so that he can break on the ball. You've got a junior quarterback whose specialty is not throwing the ball.
Clock rolls at 2:45 left in the contest. Again, only down by 2 are the Jaguars. They throw it out left-hand side. It is complete at the 45-yard line for a 5-yard gain. And then rolling out of bounds on the reception is Tim Boyd, who makes his first completion of the evening and makes it 2nd and 5. Clock rolls at 2:24. You're right.
Yeah, did not stop.
But football on the far side hash, going left to right.
Little pressure. Need a little bend, but don't break. If you're a Bowie Bulldogs fan.
Some time here are the Jags with 2 minutes to go. One wide out to each side. Here's Hall. He is hounded, and then he will be brought down all the way back at the 40-yard line. No flags. And I'm telling you, that was a group effort coming in. Sean Doherty in there along with Jackson Lang. It's 3rd and a mile. And a timeout taken on the field. We're staying here for this one with 1:55 to go. And when they finally mark it all down, it's going to be about 3rd and 19 coming up here for Johnson at their own 42.
Great defensive effort. You needed a stop. Again, bend but don't break. Here's the more important play, because you don't want to create a defensive holding or a pass interference.
PI is what you're most concerned about.
Do not.
So how do you mitigate PIs?
Well, you have to be smart, okay?
Okay.
Stay over the top or behind the receiver, and then when the ball comes, just bat it away. You don't need like a crushing blow here.
Is this where you really rely on the Braylon Thomases of the world?
Well, Braylon Thomas has been getting a little antsy. He's got to stay back first, see where the ball goes, and then go to it.
Here we go. 3rd and 18 officially from their own 42. 1:55 to go. Here's Hall rolling out right-hand side. Here comes all kinds of pressure, and now he'll be brought down at the 37-yard line. Ball is loose, and Bowie will retain possession here. Reagan Cooper gets it, and that might do it. The defense for the Bulldogs rears its head and has now taken the ball and possibly the game from the Johnson Jaguars.
Tremendous hustle by the defense of Bowie. And that's what you wanted to see, an effort play.
Reagan Cooper with his second fumble recovery of the year.
2 timeouts apiece now.
2 timeouts, I understand, with 1:44 left in the contest. Bowie leading 21-16. More than a field goal needed here for Johnson, that they are able to somehow get back into this one.
Just be smart from here on out.
Is Thomas, who will get the carry right-hand side, break it back in, and then brought down from behind for maybe 1 yard on the play, and I'm sure a quick timeout, yes.
Not yet.
Nope, Johnson's not going to take a timeout.
That's crazy.
Stone.
Oh, I run this down under a minute.
Dismukes.
What?
Dismukes got the stop. It's now 2nd and 9. The clock runs.
Oh, I take this down. I take this down. Don't hold up, Cruz.
I understand.
Hold up, Cruz.
Calm down. Cruz now out of the shotgun. We'll let this clock run. There's 8 on the play clock.
It's all right.
1:03 left on the game clock. Now we'll go in motion to keep it up the middle. Don't lose that football. Goes up the middle. He'll stay on his feet past the 30 to the 29-yard line for about a 5-yard gain with 53 seconds to go. The Jags will, I understand, call their timeout. They only had 2 remaining, so I'm not completely unaware of the fact that with 2 timeouts remaining, you wait for the stop on a 3rd down to call that first one.
Correct.
So you get the second one in your back pocket just in case.
Correct.
It's not the strategy is sound.
Yes.
From Johnson's perspective.
So here's what you can do, because a field goal doesn't beat you.
Why don't you give us what you should do?
Okay, you should pick up 6.5 feet on this next play, and it's a ball game. However, you actually have 2 downs to pick up 6 feet.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, 1 timeout is going to have to be used at some point. Say Bowie gets close and doesn't pick up the first down here.
That's what you have to factor that in. So if you do that, then what's your next play? Run it around as long as you possibly can?
You could do that.
That's what I'm saying.
You
I've
could
seen
do that
before. Here we go. 3rd down and 2 with 53 seconds to go. Bowie with the 21-16 advantage at the 30-yard line. It will be a carry right-hand side. This is Tello, and he'll inch his way very close to a first. I think he got it.
He does have it.
I think he got it to the 26, and that is enough to not only get the first down, but the ball game on top of that. Now all you have to do is kneel on it.
Yep, just be smart. You go victory formation from here on out. You only have 1 timeout.
You know, after losing your last 2 in gut-wrenching fashion, especially that last one against the Maroons at home. On the
Wake up, Carmine Eli. Pay attention.
This is one of those moments that now, not only with a kneel down, the Bowie Bulldogs win the football game to most assuredly get them into the postseason, but on top of that,
150.
Steve, you get to 150 for a coach that has been with this program since its inception. When the school first opened in 1988, his 36th season as a coach, in his 22nd season as the head man with zeros on the board. It's 150 wins in his career for Jeff Abels, and I know he means this. Most importantly, the Bulldogs go to 3-2 in district play, and Johnson will lose the tiebreaker against Bowie. Anderson loses the tiebreaker against Bowie, and the Bulldogs, with the victory against Aikens next week, will be in the playoffs.
Say it isn't so. Well, I know that a lot of people had to hold their breath. Carmine Eli played his youth football with a lot of these guys from Johnson. And so there was a lot of words being said, but I know he's jubilant, and a heck of an effort.
A lot of credence to the defense. There were multiple opportunities for Johnson, especially with some incredible moments where they could have starting field position, especially in that first half of play. And here comes the jug, and all over Coach Abels as the fans, or excuse me, the players really getting into this one as they realize the significance, especially for Coach Abels, getting this 150th victory in his coaching career. Undoubtedly, this is not lost on a lot of the fans for Hayes. You do have Coach Bob Shelton, who is one of the also biggest winners
premier
in this area.
Yes.
With 300 and over 300 wins.
Yes.
At the same school. On top of that, so this comes on hallowed ground for Coach Jeff Abels, and it's not lost on him that ended up happening. But with that, the Bowie Bulldogs get the victory, go to 3-2 in district play, and that decidedly inside edge to make it into the postseason. Something they're most accustomed to. They had 13 straight years before the pandemic rolled around, and they were unable to make it in 2020, but now have made it now for the more than likely maybe the third straight year. We'll see what ends up happening. You still have to play the games, but this one makes it a lot easier to get that path and get into the postseason.
I agree, and after the week off, as you mentioned, an opportunity to refocus. Great to see some of the folks back on the field, some regulars that really led this team, and then of course you have the touchdown scored by Thomas.
Yep.
And that was great to see him, what he did to get the first downs going south, then coming back north, gets into the end zone and really does what he needs to do to help this team.
The defense, again, made some incredible efforts and strides here across the board for the Bowie Bulldogs. We had the accustomed names of Garrett Gibson and Reagan Cooper. Definitely have to bring up that Wyatt Barnes made some incredible plays in this game. And welcome back to the running back party in Brandon Thomas.
Yes.
With not only the last run that he made for the touchdown, but he had some nice runs throughout the course of this game. Matabella gave him a ton of credit as well.
And let me give it up to Sean Darty, number 13, the left end, and
out for this one?
Garrett Gibson, who has been there and been there and been there. But that defensive line today, and Jackson Lang, it looked like he was tired and needed the sophomore contributing mightily. And again,
those two ends look mighty fine on that three-man front.
I do. I mean, we have what we call a player of the game or plays of the game.
We'll have that later.
Yes.
Don't tease it too bad.
Okay.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll round things out here once again from Bob Shelton Stadium, where the Bowie Bulldogs hold on with not only a great defensive stand here in the second half, but the offense came back and made it happen when they needed to in a poignant drive and got into the end zone to make it count and take the lead for final score of 21-16 against the Johnson Jaguars. take one more break. When we come back, we'll continue on here with the Arena Man Development Company post-game show and look at the player of the game. We'll see what ends up happening from Steve's mind. We never know what happens here from Austin Oaks and the Kiefer Sparks Realty Group here along the post-game show. Once again, our final score, 21-16. Bowie with the victory against Johnson. This is Bowie Bulldog football.
Kiefer Sparks Agency is a locally owned boutique real estate brokerage owned by Jennifer Sparks and Natalie Kiefer. KSA provides the highest level of expertise and service by offering in-depth industry knowledge, extensive networks, and resources. Whether buying, selling, or investing in Austin real estate, Jen, Natalie, and the KSA team understand that each client's needs are unique. KSA strives to exceed expectations and will deliver unmatched professionalism and expert negotiation skills. They pride themselves on building strong relationships with their clients that last well beyond the transaction. Visit www.ksarealtors.com.
Back here at Bob Shelton Stadium, it's the Bowie Bulldogs victorious 21-16 over the Johnson. I was going to say the Jacksonville Jaguars, but no, it's the Buda Johnson Jaguars. Steve Foster, yes, here. D. Hanson and I saw a heck of a game. Didn't understand a lot of what was going on from this officiating crew, and we know them well, on and off the field. But again, I think if you look at this, the effort was there all evening for the Bowie Bulldogs, offensively and in particular defensively. Defense wins championships, D. Hanson, and I'm teasing it again, but that's where I believe success lies in this Thursday night edition of Bowie Bulldog High School Football.
Bowie will have one more Thursday night affair that will be against Lake Travis at the very end of the season, but this was the big one. And everybody saw it probably on their calendar before this season actually got underway, Steve. This is not our first rodeo when it comes to games that have to do with Hayes and making the playoffs. Right. And, I tried to couch that a little bit from the 2020 affair that the Bowie Bulldogs had that ended up being a disappointing loss, a 21-14 game that was largely contributed to the running game of Hayes at the time. A lot of arrows pointed at Johnson being able to run the football here tonight, and that, is not lost on anybody. Right. That is probably what you should hang your hat on the most about what came out of this for the defense for Bowie. Yes. And I understand Bowie's defense has had their hits from the injuries and stuff like that.
Correct.
But there have been moments they have not been able to close out games. There have been the Anderson game that was difficult to close out, Austin High. And so in this particular situation, they didn't just close it out. There are moments throughout the entirety of this game that Johnson had multiple opportunities to take advantage of great starting field position, so on and so forth, and were not able to get the job done because of this defense. Now, I know you're an offensive guy, and I want you to go ahead and highlight how great the offense was too, but I'm so happy to see how Bowie's defense was able to come through when they needed to tonight.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. I applaud the offense. I think Cruz Tello again really made the decisions. And you know what? He didn't run as much, but he didn't need to. He had Montabella, he had Thomas coming, he had Delmart.
Rowan Wells did his Rowan Wells bit that he normally does, right?
Yes. So you had plays. You had the quarterback doing the distribution tonight. Tello did get into the end zone, 3-yard run, and that was because he softened up the defense.
Got two, by the way.
Softened up the defense because of the fact that he was making the decisions to have his playmakers who surrounded him tonight do what they have done very well.
Player of the game. Go
ahead. All right, well, okay. Player of the game, I'm going to say players of the game.
Go for it.
And I'm going to give it to, I'm going to first start off with number 62, Garrett Gibson. Then I'm going to move to number 13, Sean Doherty. Then I'm going to move to number 44, Jackson Lang. That three up front. At the three up front are my players of the game this evening.
Very nice.
As they dislodged the ball from Johnson's quarterback, sealed the deal for the Bowie Bulldogs. An unbelievable, consistently pressuring evening for those three up front, and also the 8 behind them.
Final thoughts before we close things out here.
Thank God Coach got his 150th, and
you know what?
The Johnson Jaguars in the rear
for
view.
him the entire time.
Oh my goodness!
And, that's the last thing he wants to talk about.
That's
I
right.
promise you.
I know.
He wants no part of that discussion.
Right.
But
so we're going to text him and call him.
You know what? I'm going to blow him up. I'm going to blow him up. But you know what? Congratulations! And you know what? He now is out there. Yes. I can see him now with a banner and with his entire coaching staff. With the congratulations to Coach Abels. Coach Abels means more to this community more than wins. And I know, I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart, and I live in the community to tell you this. He means more to these kids in what he teaches them throughout their course of being part of his program than the wins and losses. And I know for a absolute fact that the Booster Club and every other parent that's ever been in contact with this man, and I'll tell you that from across the coaches across the board, how much he means to this area. And so
I'm in complete agreement with you.
For this moment, I'm thankful and happy for him. And you know what? Suck it up. Be happy for yourself. Good job. Just take
the compliment, right?
Just say you're right. Exactly. I did a good job.
Take the
you know what? He deserves all that and more. And I'm so thankful for being able to work with him.
I agree.
He's such a good guy. Such a good guy.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's going to do for us here tonight. And the Bulldogs will get back to business, returning back to Berger next week when they take their turn as being the host, by the way, in their series against the Aikens Eagles. Bowie has yet to fail against Aikens, by the way. They're 19-0 against them. Recently, the Bowie defense has only given up also a total of 6 points of the last 3 games to their neighborhood school rival, and we'll have that game for you as we normally do here along the Vype Live Network. Next Friday from Berger Stadium, pregame 7:15, leading up to that 7:30 kickoff. Again, our final score here from Bob Shelton Stadium. Bowie Bulldogs 21, Johnson Jaguars 16. You've been listening to Bowie Bulldog High School football along the Vype Live Network. From our engineer and on-site producer, Matt Lorenz, my broadcast partner in Steve Foster, I'm Dee Hansen. From all of us here, have a great night.
It was a beautiful day, sun beat down, I had the radio on, I was driving, trees went by, me and Del were singing a little runaway, I was blind, yeah, running